Welcome, everybody, to the Name, Image, and Legends podcast. I'm joined by my fellow Pitt legends, Levance Fields, Jermaine Dixon, and Gary McGee. Boy, do we have a special guest today. If you're a basketball fan, you can't help but to love this dude's journey. Can't wait to dive in and talk about his basketball career and what he's doing now to give back to where he came from. Philadelphia legend Brad Wanamaker, Roman Catholic standout, 2007. He was voted Player of the Year in Philadelphia. Led the Big East, Pittsburgh Panthers during the golden era of the Big East. 1,000-point scorer, All-American, honorable mention. Decorated overseas career, spent 8 years overseas, finally to make it to the mountaintop to fulfill every young kid's hoop dream. 5 strong years in the NBA, most notably with the Celtics and the Warriors. We are joined today by my fellow 2007 classman, Brad Wanamaker.
Appreciate that, bro.
Welcome.
What's up, y'all? Good job, Nick.
What up?
Nick, almost.
Yeah, no, man, I like that. Oh, dang.
That was nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll dive right into it. We really want to talk about you. Talk about everybody talks about your professional career. They talk about, you coming from overseas,
right,
going the scenic route to get to the NBA, but nobody really talks about your holistic career. You did it on every single level. You're from Philly, proud. You got the North Philly tattoo on the arm.
Right.
Let's talk about your history. At what point during your high school basketball career in Philly, with a bunch of legends, basketball gods coming out of there, did you realize, you could do something special in the game of basketball? When did you know you were on that level?
It's crazy. I always had a little doubt. I wasn't like the kid. I was always the underdog. Nobody really was screaming my name besides people in North Philly. When I was coming up in Philly, it was like, you got this guy from North Philly, you got this guy from South Philly, West Philly, all that. So when I was coming up, it was more so like the people in my area that would scream my name. We had other people in that 07 class that was actually really, really good. And, I was playing catch up with them. And I wasn't a kid that always was on the basketball scene either. So like, I'll have a game, practice, or something like that. And I'm going back to the block hanging with my homies. A lot of the basketball players hung with each other. So, I think that played a part as well. I wasn't around, the sports writers or going to all the games that everybody was going to. I was going to play in the game. Then I was back on 19th Street with all my friends running around and being a kid, William bikes, playing football on the street, curveball, those type of things. So I think that played a part too. With me just not being around, showing my face as much as other kids, I think that played a part. But, just was sticking with it, that underdog mentality, just having that dog in me and just proving myself.
Brad, Go ahead, Nick. No, go ahead, Nick. You got it.
You had that underdog mentality. Who were some of the other players coming out of class of 2007 that people might remember? And how did you fare against them when you guys, ultimately played against each other?
I mean, I ain't fearing none of them. But,
yeah,
we had Scoop Jardine. He was a really big name in 07. Probably my biggest rival. Everybody always pit us against each other. I'm from North Philly. He from South Philly. I went to Roman. He went to Newman. Jeff Jones was really good. Like one of the best scorers I ever seen. I mean, that 07 class was crazy. Josh Martin, Malcolm Ellaby, my twin brother Brian. The Morris twins was in our class at one point. Man, it's kind of crazy. I don't want to miss nobody. Samuel Lazinski. Man, that's 07 class was crazy. And it's just like Rick Jackson. Like, it goes on. The list just goes on. Obviously, y'all know Scoop and Rick from Syracuse. But, yeah, that 07 class was crazy in Philly.
What about the kid? Is it Khalif Watt? He younger than y'all?
No, Leaf White younger than me. Yeah, he looked
wow.
Yep. But he was tough.
He went to your school, though, right? He went to Roman.
No, he went to Norristown. Then he went to Temple.
That's where I remember from Temple.
The Temple going crazy.
What was your coach name at Roman?
Dennis Sutton.
Okay. And what led you and Brian to going to Roman? Was that your first choice?
Yeah, so it's crazy. I never knew anything about Roman. Obviously, me and my brother being public school kids growing up, like never knew nothing about Roman. Really didn't know too much about the basketball scene. We was in sixth grade, seventh grade. We went to Frederick Douglass. Shout out my man Salim. He introduced us to AAU basketball, and he just was like, "Yo, y'all gotta come play AAU." We're like, "The fuck is AAU?" I mean, at the time, we just playing on the streets, playing the leagues, playing, before school, after school. That was our rec. That's when we played. And he's like, "Y'all gotta play AAU." And then he introduced us to a team called Reach One, Teach One, and that's when we played. Me and my twin brother, and it was the Morris twins. And at the time, we all played football. So we was always like playing football, little league football. And that was like all our first time really playing on the basketball under the whistle. That's when we really got into it. That was like seventh grade. So it just was like new to me. And that's how it started. In seventh grade with the AAU, that's how it started. And then people start noticing us. It's funny because we used to play in our neighborhood. We had this one lead in our neighborhood. Me and my brother had these Reeboks. Swear to God, these red and white Reeboks. They called us the Reebok twins. It was kind of crazy. And then it just started growing from there. Like 7th grade playing there. Then we were playing some leagues all throughout the city with this team called Reach One Teach One. And then people started noticing who we were. And then we went to Philly Hoops. And when we got to Philly Hoops, that's when we played with Earl Pettis and DJ Rivera. They was a year older than us. Benny Simpson, E. Moss, my man Doodles. Like these, the top players in the 8th grade. Well, they was a year older than us, 8th grade. Like they top players in our city and our state. So when we get there, like they're a year older than us, but you would think they're way older because I was like low-key fanned out. Like, yo, these dudes nice, man. Like, and like at the while, I'm like, yo, they only a year older than us, bro. But we playing behind them. And that's how it came. We was playing Philly Hoops. And Philly Hoops, Ryan George, he put us in every league throughout the city. So we playing against everybody. And it was the first time I ever played against Wayne Ellington. We was in 8th grade. He's playing for the Peacemakers, playing this tournament. And he just kept saying, this kid, Wayne Ellington, he's so nice. And then Earl was like, I'm better than him. So I'm with Philly Hoops. I'm around with Earl. Earl was the number 1 8th grade. Him and Wayne was back and forth. And I seen Wayne play. I'm like, yo, this dude nice. So that really opened my eyes up to like really what basketball was. And that's how I started coming about. And then that's when people started like kind of recruiting me and my brother to the Catholic League and other high schools and stuff like that. So the guy named Rasul Hodge, who's kind of my mentor at the time, he introduced us to Roman Catholic. I never knew anything about Roman to that time. So it wasn't like a school that was high on my list. It's just something that happened. You know, St. Joe's Prep was one of the schools as well. And I remember 8th grade, we went and watched Friends Central versus Roman Catholic. I mean, Mike Cook was at Friends Central at the time. Mustafa Shakur was there. We watching, me, my twin brother, and my dad, we went to go watch the game. It was at LaSalle University. I'll never forget. Mustafa Shakur had 50 on Roman. And they lost. But after the game, he crying and stuff. I'm like, he just had 50. No, I mean, I'm not understanding. Like, he was just to win the game. And after that day, I was like, yo, I want to play in there. I want to play in this. Like, so that was kind of like what also led me to going to Roman. Like, just seeing that atmosphere, that type of games. Witnessing Mustafa Shakur up close like that, having 50 was kind of wild.
Is Roman in North Philly?
No, I was in Center City. So,
okay.
Like downtown.
So downtown, yeah, got it.
What circuit were you on for AAU?
I wasn't on no circuit. You know, I played for Malik Rose AAU team. It's called Positive Image. Malik Rose sponsored us, you know, that played with the Spurs, won championships. He's actually still working in the NBA. We got a good relationship. But I played with Malik Rose AAU team growing up. Before that, when I first started, it was Reach One Teach One as my first AAU team. No circuit. But, you know, back when we came up, you ain't had to play on no circuit. You played against everybody. Then I went to Philly Hoops. And then at the Philly Hoops, I played on Katina Mobley AAU team. Katina Mobley from my neighborhood. And he created the AAU team. So I played with his AAU team in 9th grade. And then at the 9th grade summer, that's when I went over to Positive Image, Malik Rose team. But I never played my age group. I always played up. You know, even when I was with Katina Mobley, me and my brother was the only 9th graders. We was playing with 11 and 12 graders, like 10 and 11 graders. So we always played up. And then when I went to Positive Image with Malik Rose team, we played, it was open division. They don't got it no more, but it's open division. You know, it's the prep school kids and stuff like that because we had prep kids that was going prep. So we was in 10th grade playing in the open division. So it's just like one of the things I always played up until my last year. And then we played our right grade, 17 under. But yeah, I ain't playing my circuit, man. I played against everybody, though. Everybody went to every tournament, the big time tournament y'all know about. Played against D Rose and Eric Gordon in the Final 8. Like, so it was like I played against every single body growing up because there wasn't no circuit. It wasn't like this team ain't going to that tournament. It was everybody's going to the Pooh Williams, the Charlie Webbers, and all like that. We going up to New York to the Gaucho. Well, Lee played for the Gaucho. So we going and playing everywhere. Like, so it wasn't no such thing as a circuit. Like, it was teams that were sponsored by Nike and Adidas and stuff like that, but everybody played everybody.
That's the good days of the AAU right there.
Yeah. Because even now with the circuit, bro, you go on that circuit, you go watch. Like, some of them circuit teams are terrible.
Trash.
It's terrible.
Trash.
Terrible.
Bad. Did you play against G on the circuit?
No, I never played.
We ain't see them over there.
Yeah.
I think they was in Vegas.
G probably was out staying out mountain. They played in, I mean, when you play in the Midwest, you really stay in the Midwest. I don't think y'all ever came on the East Coast.
We played where we played in the East Coast. I don't think we did no East Coast. We did Boo Williams.
Boo Williams. Oh, yeah. Boo Williams is
Boo
like
Williams.
the Midwest team in East Coast.
Yeah.
Boo Williams is like the place
who's the joint down in Houston? What was it called?
Houston, Kingwood Classic. Did y'all play that?
Y'all played
I
Kingwood?
never went that far out.
We played the Kingwood.
We never went that
played
far out.
the Kingwood.
Probably Boo Williams the first we went. Oh, we played in Florida Nationals when I was 12.
Oh, you didn't play when you got the 17s?
Yeah.
The big time tournament was in Vegas. That was the
big time. Was Vegas.
That was great.
So that was the only time I played against the Midwest.
Super 64.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
Pitt Jam Fest, I played against Indiana Elite. So that was like, I mean, teams like that. But yeah.
Just to
Right,
double
so you
back,
go.
just to double back real quick, Brad. When you said like that you used to just play with your brother, y'all play after school, before school, like that was kind of y'all rec playing locally. We had touched on that topic before, like just about how kids don't really play no more like outside. I mean, it's kind of just AAU and a trainer.
Yeah.
Like we feel like that helps kids in their growth. That kind of that playing outside and getting
Yeah.
familiar with the game, other than just right away getting a trainer. We understand the business side, but I feel like kids got to get back to that.
Yeah, no, most definitely, because you know, I mean, you being from New York, you know that playground ball, that's where you got your name at, outside. And I feel like that's what's watering down the game a little bit now. The kids and pros and college players, they very, very skilled, way skilled than anybody, because they spending so much time with these trainers and stuff. But they don't know how to play basketball. They don't know how to pass. They don't know how to cut. They don't know what to do with the ball not in their hand. That's why Steph Curry looks so good. He could play for another 10 years if he really wants to, because he's so good without the ball. Like, think about that. He's so good without the ball. Some of the other guys in the league that's way younger than him going to fade out because they don't know what to do with the ball in their hands. So, I mean, credit to them. I mean, they way more skilled than we will ever been. It's like that toughness, that learn how to do the fundamentals of the game is all a lost art. Yeah, it's different. It's hard to watch at
I was
times.
just gonna say that competitiveness when you playing outside and you playing in the park, you just want to win. You want to stay on the court. I think that helps you as a player. Just that competitiveness, wanting to win, and always give you that winning mentality. Just being on the court, and I think they don't have that. Like Lee said.
Yeah,
that's
think about this though, bro. They don't compete with each other. If you my homie and we playing against each other, I want to guard you. Like, I could call my coach right now. Y'all know L. He'll tell you, me and Brian used to fight in practice. Like, me and my brother used to fight in practice. Like, that's how bad we wanted to win. Like, and that just was part of our environment. Growing up playing outside, like, we both wanted to win. No matter what, I needed them bragging rights, bro. We go home together, I beat you today. Like, nowadays, it's like, I ain't guarding him. Nah, he gonna let him get his 30. Or if they guarding each other, they gonna let you score. Let me get off, bro. Let me get the shot. Like, I never seen that before.
Hey, so y'all Morris twins, y'all from the same area?
Yeah, so they from Erie Avenue. I'm from like north, like in the heart of I don't even want to say the heart, because I mean where they from is the heart of North Philly too, but I'm from a different section of North Philly than they are. But where they from is more so like my dad and my grandma. They from my dad.
Did you and B ever play them?
The Morris twins?
2-on-2, yeah. Y'all ain't went no
That's
parts.
like
They was too big for y'all, yeah. 2-on-2.
No. So I want to say we played 2-on-2. So like I said, when we first started AAU in like was that 7th, 8th grade, we played against each other in practice, and then we played in the power leagues, like the police athletic leagues, and then we played 2 teams in. So they have a team, they be on one team, and then me and Brian be on another team. So that's how we play against each other and stuff like that.
Okay.
But at that time, they tell you they wasn't that good. But them boys work, and look at them, man. Like,
I thought they were short.
They made in basketball.
Was they big?
Yeah, they always had height and stuff. They always had height. Right. Yeah, they always had the height. But basketball was like new to them when they first started, and we all first started playing AAU. And they just got better because like football was their first sport. They tell you football was their first sport. They played for the Nicetown football team, and that was their sport. But then they came into basketball. We played 7th grade AAU, 8th grade, and then come 9th grade summer, I'm like, oh shit. Pro rap, they just took off. And it's just like they was in a pub. Well, they was in the Catholic League at first. They went to Newman at first, and they left Newman and went to Prep Charter. So they was in a pub, we was in the Catholic League, and they root for us and we root for them. We'd see them at games, like, yo, we pulling for you. And they'd be like, yo, we want to try to win too. So that was kind of cool. And then, they ended up winning the pub chip. That was pretty cool. And we won our Catholic League chip. So
how many championships you won at Roman?
1. Yeah. My senior year, my junior year, we lost on a buzzer beater, 3 for the chip, and then my senior year, we came back and won. Who was
your top 5 colleges recruiting you? Who was
my top 5 recruiting me? Wow, dang. Obviously Pitt. I really wanted to go to Temple, so I'd say Temple too. I grew up down the street from Temple, and my folks were like, yeah, no, because at this time, yeah, it was too crazy. So they said no. So Pitt, Temple. I really, really liked Virginia at the time. Virginia was recruiting me. Georgetown. I don't just throw anybody there for my fit. I say them 4. Noah was there. Me and Jay Wright still got a close relationship to this day. But they had Corey Fisher and Corey.
They had all them guards.
McDonald's All-Americans. I mean, and Malcolm Green as well. And then Georgetown had Chris Wright and Austin
Chris Wright.
Freeman. Yeah. McDonald All-Americans and local kids. So it was like, why I'm gonna go to these places? Politics, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Why I'm gonna go to these places and go. So it's just one of the things, like, you know, Pitt just made a lot of sense. And then, you know, Jamie Dixon, first, like, the crazy thing how Pitt started recruiting me, Mike Cook was transferred from East Carolina. You know, he used to play a positive image with us. He came to Philly. Jamie Dixon pulled up to our open gym, and I was cooking, like, going crazy. And he just started recruiting me since there. That's wild. Like, that's why I've been telling these kids nowadays, bro, y'all first year means a lot. Like, the head coach was in the gym, and I'm going crazy. Like, I'm like, F Mike, this is my opportunity. Like, yeah. And Mike, obviously, Mike was really good. He was killing that day too. But, you know, he booed his young kid over there. So yeah, Jamie started recruiting me.
Did he speak to you then in the gym?
Nah, he just was he was in the corner chilling. Like, he really just there for Mike. But, you know, I did my thing, so I know he was like, who that kid is?
You know,
That's when Pitt started recruiting. Obviously, with Mike Rice going over to Pitt too, me playing on all hoop group stuff, hoop group camps, and him being, you know, the director of hoop group at the time before he got to Pitt. It was that close relationship there.
I saw Brad as a sophomore, man. We was in the same tournament in Hawaii. I was a senior.
Yup, yeah. That Hawaii tournament was crazy. They ain't the same, bro.
It ain't the same?
Nah, they made it more like I think it's like more like a Nike EYBL situation with teams. It ain't as like we getting the best high school teams from different. So it's more like,
it's politics. It's a Nike.
Yeah, it ain't the same.
Oh, man. That was like one of the biggest tournaments. So Hawaii, like, I was always hearing about it, obviously, and then be a senior and you get a chance. I remember we had a freshman. We never had a freshman move up on varsity in our school. And his name, David Arms. And I remember we got to the gym. He was, like, going crazy. You know, we in New York. I mean, we from New York. We don't.
Yeah.
Especially high school at the time. He like, yo, son, chill out, son. It's like, yo, son is nice right here. I'm like, yo, bro, like, yeah, he like, he a sophomore. I'm telling you, Brad Wanamaker. I never forgot Brad from there. I watched him. I was like, oh, nah, he good. He only a sophomore. And then obviously Rice was there like, yo, we getting Brad Wanamaker from Philly.
That's funny. Yeah, I remember you told me that when I got up there. You told me the story.
He's sleeping bags with rats, man. He's the top.
He always tell the story.
No, smart. That was the funniest thing ever. So that was like, we got a dog coming in. What? He's sleeping bag? I knew it wasn't true, but it just, you know, if the situation.
He spiced it up.
I saw you play before, so I just knew, like, all right, and I was really cool with Mike. So I said, all right, we're gonna have a nice we're gonna have a good crew.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I just want to say that.
What was the hardest part once we got to Pitt? Once we came in together, 07, great class. What was the hardest part about adjusting once you got on the campus? You know,
man, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna tell a quick story. I got up there, you know, we got the summer league. We're playing in Green Tree. You know, me and Levance match up. I still remember I had 28 points. I'm feeling myself. I'm like, yo, that's the starting point guard. I had 28 points. I'm feeling myself. Yo, Lee, I remember I had 28 points. I'm feeling myself, bro. Freshman, I'm calling my dude, bro. I just cooking this dude. I'm playing this shit. And look, real rap. You know how everybody is. I'm calling my homies, telling my brother, like, yo, I'm playing this shit. I just cooked.
Like, yeah, this is it. Yeah. I'm lit.
Yeah.
Bird Andy.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm hype about it. And, you know, before I even came up there, you know, I was talking to Jamie Dixon and he's like, yo, you playing 20 minutes a game. Like, you know, all this before so when that happened, I really thought it was true. I'm like, yo, what? And, you know, that the hardest part was the adjustment was just the everyday grind of going to, like, I think it was more so like the independence of you got to get better on your own. Like, that was hard for me because, you know, like I said earlier, all I knew was just the hoop. And so I'm coming to the gym for practice. Y'all already working out or doing what y'all need to do. At the practice, y'all doing your stuff. And then, you know, obviously, Lee took that 28 personal because my freshman year, he cooked me every single day. Every single day. So Lee cooked me every single day in practice. But it was the point of I was not going nowhere. Like, every day I'm guarding you. And nobody else wanted no parts. Like, all the seniors, all the juniors that was there, nobody wanted parts. And I think that was the part of me that was adjusting, like, just that fight. And I think I gained a lot of respect from you, too, on that, Lee, that every day, like, no matter what, I'm guarding you. No matter what you do, I'm going to talk some shit. Like, but the hardest part of adjusting was not, like, the coaches not being there, like, yo, your turn, yo. I try to tell the kids nowadays, once you leave here, they don't care about you. So it was one of the things I had to go through that fire on my own. I had to find my way out. So that was a big adjustment for me, just like finding ways to get better, finding ways to go on the court, finding ways to prove myself to the coach. Because at the end of that day in the practice, they talk to the big dogs. They weren't talking to me. And I had a bad practice. I missed a bunch of shots. I turned the ball over. Guess what? Go home, young boy. We'll see you tomorrow. Yo, Levance, what you need? Ryan. You know what I mean? Big, like, you know, those guys saying what you need. It was never, Brad, you good? Like, I mean, obviously, you know, sometimes it was there, but it was more so like, we need these guys to win games. So what y'all need? Saliti, make sure they good. They taped up. Make sure it is good. So I think that big adjustment was when it was that, like, finding ways to get through it. And also, you know, I never worked out. So another story, Gary McGee. I tell people this day, he the first person who told me how to work on my game. I never worked out. I never knew how you need to work out to get better. He's like, y'all might to go to the gym. It's 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, for what? He's like, to work out. I'm like, what? All right. I think like the second or third time I went with you, and he was like, yo, get on the gun, bro. You need to go. You need to work on your jump shot. And that's when I started getting on the gun. And
Look at you,
crazy.
He tight.
Yeah, crazy for real. He's like, yo, bro, you need to get on the gun. Your shot broke. Yeah. I remember all that. I tell people all the day, like, yo, Gary McGee was like the first person that told me, like, yo, you need to get in the gym on your own.
That's what's up. That's what's up, G. That's what's up.
So I think that's a good lesson because it's not all, you know, sugar and rainbows when you're coming in with a lot of accolades to the Big East. Maybe talk about like your low point, like experiences in games where you like felt like you hit rock bottom, and how did you dig yourself out? And what was like a turning point when you're like, wow, I've actually arrived. I'm going to contribute and be a great player.
So the low point was my freshman year, just not playing. You know, obviously we played the exhibition games. You know, everybody played the exhibition games. And then we get to the season. I'm sprinkled in probably 3 minutes here, come out, I don't play no more. So now we like 10 games in, I probably played 10 minutes total. Like, so that was like a low point for me. And then, you know, obviously the rumors start coming in, oh, he transferring. I never to this day, people say that I never was going to transfer from Pitt. Like, it just never was in me.
Oh, they were saying-
yeah, a couple coaches on Pitt staff was like, yo, we hear you transferring and stuff like that. I was like, I never, like, that never played in my mind to transfer. So I think the lowest point was just being a cheerleader, like, to guys I felt like I was right there with. And, you know, at that time, the older guys played regardless of what you thought. The older guys were in place. It was a situation there where I felt like I was better than a couple other players. I could do just as well as them. But, you know, the older guys, you know, played at that time. You know, they was more physical and tougher than me. They were smarter than me, and they just more was game ready, I guess. You know, being on the other side as a coach now, I understand. You know, I still feel like I could have played a little bit more. So I think that was probably the lowest point of just me just not being a play. But on the other side, me and my dog G McGee said, listen, we ain't hooping. We're going to work on our game, and we're going to enjoy college. We enjoy college, bro.
We had a time, boy.
Man, listen, we enjoy college. That freshman year was crazy. Yeah, that freshman year was crazy.
Do you think you was playing timid? Do you think that's what it was, or?
Yeah, sure. I think it was. I was nervous. Different role. You know what I mean, coming from high school is give you the ball. You make a play. To come in there is like, all right, you like the fifth option. Find a way. And then, you know, I'm getting the ball. I'm not ready to shoot. I'm not ready to do anything with it. And I'm catching it. I'm playing hot potato. So it was a lot of those things. You know, I'm getting turnovers, and Coach Dixon like, yo, all right, young fella, your time is up. You had your chance. So, yeah, for sure. I think that played a part. And Nick, you was talking about my breaking point. I think my breaking point that summer, going into my sophomore year, I'm looking at the roster. I'm like, man, I'm starting. You know, Maine come, and we battle it out. And then I think they already knew Maine was starting. I had my opportunity. I started the first game of the season, whether it was an exhibition or a regular season. I don't remember.
The exhibition. I don't think they knew I was starting.
Brad was scared.
I think you blew it.
Yeah. I mean, I think
it was 50-50. I was in the backdoor meetings. It was 50-50.
I think it was a situation where they was like, we're going to reward Brad, but deep down, we want Maine. And I went out there and I ain't do nothing. And then the next game, Maine started to play well. And it just was like, all right. And I ain't gonna lie, that stung a little bit. I mean, but obviously, you know, me and Maine had a really close relationship. So, and I never was a hater. So, like, you know, next day in practice, we working out. We still doing our thing. We hanging out off the court. And I mean, we doing all the stuff we usually do. But, you know, deep down inside, you know, I felt some type of way. Not towards you, but towards the fact that I was like, hey, I messed that up. But, our relationship, that never got in the way of our relationship, obviously. But, it made me work harder. It made me keep going. I think after that, I struggled for a little bit too, like with some games. And then my breaking point was at Rutgers. We played at Rutgers. My name got called, and I had like 15, 5, and 4, something like that. And from there, I just was steady in the rotation throughout the rest of the season.
5 and 4.
Yeah.
And we were struggling that game. I think.
Yeah, that was a game.
I remember that game.
Struggling. Corey Chandler and all of was, going right at us. And then, my name got called, and I played really well that game. And that was like the turning point where, from there on out, I just was in a rotation.
Hey, real quick, I don't know if someone will say it, but back to your freshman year.
Hey, hold up.
I can't help myself. Just let me. All right, go ahead.
I went to the crib because we was Edith Street animals, man. They moved on my block. Edith. I go see Gary and Brad before the game. I'm hurt. It's my senior year. I'm like, the coaches, you're gonna get it. It's you. It's me and you in the backcourt, son. Do not go out there and just be passing the ball, not doing nothing.
Said that.
I said, if you go out there and you don't do nothing, you open the door. This guy went out there.
He definitely came to the crib today for the game.
You gotta be aggressive today to let them know, yeah, this is my spot. But like you said, what was more important through all that, man, is your energy never changed. You wasn't no hater. Like, kids need to know, like, you could be competitive, but you still gotta, it's a team. Like, you know what I'm saying? All right, main turn. Like you said, it ain't changed the energy, your relationship, none of our relationship. That's what I loved about all our teams, man. Man, we had our issues, nothing that we couldn't get over, which was cool. These kids need to know that, because a lot of situations like that, you lose a kid. Like you said, you struggle, but you completely lose a kid right there just because he ain't start. You know what I'm saying? And rightfully so, like you said, you felt you should have and et cetera, but you kept going. You got to keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Man, listen, if these kids these days went to anything we did in our time at Pitt, oh my God, it'd been over.
Broken.
He went through, bro.
Hey, Brad, but you got to think, they could just get out of there, too.
Yeah, they could get out of there now
year,
and go play right away, too. So, yeah.
Dudes probably would have slid. We talk now.
Coaches are acting different now.
Nah, it's one person that definitely would have slid.
Dudes would have slid.
Yeah, would have slid.
Yeah, we know good way to go to Miami. Yeah, where was he going to go? Where was he going to go? Colgate? Get out of here, kid.
You already know. He went to Miami so bad.
We got the facts. Miami did not want you, Gil. We got the facts. You keep bumping that.
Yeah.
Hey, Brad, I know you said, you gained a lot of respect for Levance and Mike, obviously being from Philly, was at Pittsburgh with you. Who was your biggest mentor, or you felt like someone you looked up to at Pitt when you first got there, helped influence you early in your career?
I mean, I would say Levance. We played the same position. Eventually, obviously I played a point guard as a pro. But if anybody paid attention to Pitt, I was basically like a point forward. I ran the show. So I'll say Levance, just the everyday battles and practice. And then to, hanging out off the court. Like he just said, we lived on the same block. So we really was in each other's crib all the time. Like we go to practice together. We walk up there together. We in a car. G had a car. G driving us around. We really used to be together all day, every day. So Levance was like big bro on campus with me, man.
Appreciate that, Brad, man. I definitely, you gained a lot. You gained a lot of my respect your freshman year for how you was not backing down, like you said, man.
Yeah.
People would have folded in that situation as well. I just had to test you, bro, because I liked your game. So you was ready for what was about to happen.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So I was with you all 4 years. G, we were with you all 4 years. You had a lot of great games. I mean, I remember so many moments. I mean, I talk about one of your moments where you reached the mountaintop where I realized you earned your nickname Backpack Brad. But what are some games, your favorite games that you remember that you're most proud of throughout your time at Pitt?
Man, I think that Louisville game at the Pete we played, that was crazy. We went into overtime, won that game.
My senior year?
Your senior year, yep. Your senior year.
Yeah, you were down 7 with 45 seconds left.
Yep.
You put the backpack on.
I think that was that game, or was that West Virginia that you talking about?
No, West Virginia was
Louisville. Louisville, we were down 7 with a minute.
Yeah, Louisville, we came back and won overtime.
West Virginia, too.
West Virginia was to go overtime with Louisville. West Virginia was a crazy game. I got to save to go to Ash. What other game was crazy for me? Yeah, I just was thinking of another game.
I was going to tell you my favorite one is when we played our junior year, first game starting, our first game we was playing against.
Oakland.
Remember the time. Oakland.
The Wofford game was crazy.
Wofford.
That was crazy.
Y'all had me pissed that game.
We were down. We're about to lose to Wofford.
I was about to say, bro, my first start, we going down like this to these motherfuckers.
Crazy.
This is crazy.
That was our first time all of us got our feet wet for real when we were just leaving the team.
You saved our season.
Game. That was
that game was crazy. Yeah, it was Wofford. I just got Oakland because of the colors. My fault. It was Wofford. Yeah. That game was crazy. What's another game? Oh, Duquesne. My Duquesne was good. My freshman year, though, we played West Virginia at home. That was one of the games I played. I had 7 points. I was hyped that game. Lee was in a boot.
I was injured.
Yeah, Ryan hit the game winner. Yeah.
I was trying my hardest to think of the freshman game because I remember that's when when I went out, you started. I was like, damn.
I started playing when you got injured. Your senior year, my freshman year. Yep. West Virginia game, we had 7. It's crazy. Darius Nichols, we actually be talking there because he at LaSalle.
LaSalle had
kids on my team going to LaSalle next year.
Oh, that's dope, man. That's dope.
Yeah. So we be talking and stuff.
Yeah, I followed you.
Yeah, that game. Yeah, I had some good games, man. It's hard to think all of them right now.
You didn't get a triple-double? I thought you got one.
I feel that was the weirdest thing ever. I get like 10 assists, 10 rebounds, and have 4 points.
Was you ever trying to get the triple-double?
I think one time I was trying, and it just never happened. I get 6 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists. Like, what? Obviously, you trying to get the assists, and you can't get the points. I won't score, but I have rebounds and assists, double-double. It was weird.
Who was your toughest challenge in the Big East?
Who was the tough, like guard-wise?
Guard, yeah.
I mean, I think one guard walked us all down with 35.
Well, wait, I wasn't there. I
mean, you didn't play that game?
I didn't play that game. No.
Yo, who's on?
He had an undisclosed illness.
No,
not even there
at this time. Lee, you wasn't that Pitt.
Thank you. Clear my name. Thank you.
Like, we all guarding him. I guarding Trey, Ash, Gil. Man, you ain't playing.
I didn't play.
He had an undisclosed illness. He missed that game.
It wasn't an illness.
We still don't know what happened. We still don't know what happened. Allegedly.
Hold on. This is about Brad, but I'm just going to clear myself real quick. All right. I got hurt the game before. I hurt my foot. And told him, we looked over the x-rays like it's good. Knight was like, yo, we play South Florida. He came to me and he's like, we playing South Florida. We could beat them. You should rest. And I was like, all right, bad. Yeah, we good. And yeah,
he was cooking.
He was cooking.
That was crazy.
No, UConn guard play was great. You know, Kemba, AJ Price and all of them, Jerome Jackson. Like that game, that guard play was good.
I was
who else? Syracuse, Johnny Flynn, Scoop, Devendor, Louisville, Sosa. Not always a fan of the Sosa game. I remember the first time I seen Sosa was in Hawaii when he was out there. Rice was out there, and I'm like, oh, this dude nice.
He's still
Sosa and them at Louisville. So many good guards. The white bikes over there. Lamar Johnson, Odom, Marquette.
Now that Marquette, those guys, they was more your senior year because my senior year, Odom, I think he had just came in that year. I think the white was probably the man my senior year, my junior year. But the senior year, Odom and Bike, they really went crazy.
They went crazy that year.
Yeah.
I see Corey Fisher, Malik Wings. Yeah.
Ben Hansborough
cooked us bad.
Oh my God, he was so bad at home.
That pick and roll, he's pick and roll y'all to death.
Yeah, he walked us down. That was bad. He walked us down, and that was like our only loss at home that year, I think.
Yeah, we was ranked number 2 in that game too.
Yeah, we was ranked number 2 in the nation. Yeah, that was the only loss at home that game. He walked us down.
Did it to him.
I'm missing some other guards, but yeah, guard play was crazy in the Big East. All 4 years. All 4 years, it was crazy. But yeah, that was some of the guys like up when I was a senior. That was pretty good.
You named a lot.
I'm trying to think. Deshaun Butler cooked us.
Deshaun Butler was tough.
Yeah.
Deshaun Butler was probably the toughest one.
Yeah, he
you know what's crazy? I always
34.
forget about Deshaun Butler.
Nah, he had a good game against us in that triple overtime game.
Butler did it.
Yeah, the Butler did it.
Chuck Bryan cooked us that game too. Chuck Bryan cooked us.
Oh yeah, Chuck, he had a good game.
Brooklyn. You know he bring that up all the time too.
Yeah, he cooked us that game.
Truck is funny like that, so he like to throw that out there. Yeah, you know. I said, yeah, you got, and he bring up the Garden one too, man.
I mean, so one of the most. I'm glad we have everybody here. We finally can clear the air. This is what everybody's been asking all on our message boards. We finally can answer the question because we see it on TV every time they bring up Kemba Walker.
Yeah,
we see the play that defined our era, losing on a game winner, Kemba Walker. We have the 2 culprits here. What happened on that play? How did it happen? Talk me through the emotions of that game, that entire play, the communication from the coaches to you guys. let's clear the air now so we can never have to talk about it again.
I mean, well, if you ever watch us play out all that season, we switched 1 through 5, and Gary McGee guarded every guard great. He had moments, if you clip it up, he guarded Kemba Walker great. Kemba Walker just made a great play at the right time. And, even now, like, as you grow as a basketball player and your IQ grows, I'm looking back on it. Who I was guarding? I think McCombs or something. Like, now looking back on it, like, when I see Kemba start getting his bag, I'm trapping. Like, you know what I mean? Now you look back on it. In that moment, though, I'll give him the fake with, like, get the ball, like, when we taught in practice. But in that game, like, who knows? Like, now I look back on it, I should have probably trapped. But no, we stick to our principles. We switch on 1 through 5 all year. We was one of the best defensive teams in the country. Gary McGee slid with every point. The best point guards in the league at the time. He was staying there, tough contest. You know what I mean? Just
I have one question. Did you trust Gary too much?
Yeah, that's my dog. I'm riding with Gary.
I was gonna say my thing with it too always is I had a lot of pride too. So I mean, it happened. I had a lot of pride. Y'all know I used to guard y'all every day, one-on-ones in the back.
I used to cook you. I used to do that. I don't know why you do that.
I wasn't getting a lot of wins. A lot of them. Anyway,
not gonna lie, G. You know, that's one of the first things I told you. I said, after all the stuff I put you through in that back gym, you gonna go for. You gonna go for.
Hey, like I always say,
he way faster than you. That's what you say.
He's way faster than you. He was 235.
Like you said, Brad, when you seen him getting into that bop, you should have said, hold on, man. My boy G.
Hey, I was about to say, and we used to play 3 dribbles. That was about 6. So it was a long time.
Man, sir, but it's good, right? You could just laugh about it now, man. Ain't that
But look, though, what's crazy? Even in that moment, remember, G, we got back to the telly. We mad. Like, we in our telly, we roommates. Mm-hmm. We in the dark. Like, we just mad. We turn the TV on. The first thing that comes on the TV is the step back. We laughed about it. Like, we laughed about it. We was like, yo, bro, our senior year, we got to make a run in the tournament.
Wow, son.
And them boys had my poster in the locker room. We had like cutout posters for senior night. Them boys, all the young boys in there crossing my poster off, pushing it on the ground. Hey, dudes was vicious, man. But it was.
You went rival, man. Don't worry about it. You went rival, man. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Hey, West Virginia got me too, G.
You talking about the eBay?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Only time we ain't go to the beach chip once Maine pull up.
That's crazy.
Now, everybody packed for a week for nothing. No gyro. Nobody wanted no gyros after that game.
That gyro stand was right. Hey, Brad, by the time you're senior year, you were the leader on the team. You and Gary and Gail, obviously. How did you grow into that role? Did you take that on? Was you more of a vocal guy? Because as far as we know, I mean, while I was there, you wasn't the vocal leader. You was.
You play.
Yeah.
Play. So how was it your senior year with Gary and Gil being the lead on the team?
Nah, yeah, definitely took on more of a vocal role. And then it's crazy when you in that space, especially with them teams we had, leading by example goes a long way. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was the vocal part, but we had a lot of kids that wanted to play. They wanted to get minutes, and it was a lot of unknowns going into our senior year. So the vocal part definitely was there. I definitely grown into that. Learn how to talk to our teammates and do certain things with them. Like myself, Gary, and Gil, we all had different traits of how we show leadership to the younger kids. But you just being around. I mean, you guys obviously, Levance and how y'all handle things when y'all was in charge, and then just taking that and installing into the young guys. So yeah, I definitely probably led by example a lot, but I was forced to be more vocal with that group because we had some young boys that they ain't know the ropes, or they was doing certain things off the court that could have got them in, especially because it was a social media era too. So we had to be cautious of that. So they was doing some things that we had to nip in the bud for the whole program.
So you're a coach now. You're taking over the reins at Roman Catholic, and you had an interesting, as a leader of the team, especially as point guard, you have a relationship with your coach. So now some of the things at the time, it probably was annoying. You probably like, why is coach not playing me? Why is he wanting me to do certain things, play certain roles? But now you're a coach. What would you say you would take from Coach Dixon's relationship with you, or things he's taught you that you can take to your team now?
Just the taking advantage of opportunity. I think that was one of the biggest things with Dixon. If you worked hard, you bored every day, and you took advantage of opportunity. I feel like he rewarded that. that's one thing I'm big on. Like guys being on time, doing the right thing, showing up before practice, after practice, working out. I don't know if y'all remember, I think it was our senior year, G, and he brought us in one day. He was going at us, called us con artists, because we, a couple of us was, not doing the right thing in the school. Like, we was on the verge of, failing in some classes.
That was my senior year.
That was just
artist.
My senior year.
Artist.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We coming fresh off the Elite Eight. We smelling ourselves. We weren't really doing our schoolwork. Like, we all damn near, like, about to be ineligible.
B-Night came in there, too.
Yeah. They came at us bad. So it's just one of them things that I just, like, learning from my mistakes and experiences, like, trying to teach the kids, like, yo, don't take this opportunity for granted. That ball gonna stop dribbling one day. Like, who are you? Like, regardless of anything, I always was respectful. Carried that with pride, like being respectful and, being a good dude, regardless of what was going on with me or where we come from. I feel like all of us, like, regardless of where we came from, we always respectful and we carried ourselves a certain way. So that's one of the things I'm big on right now. I just tell the kids to be good people and take advantage of opportunity. I mean, like, you never know where it could go. I'm graduated, 2011, Dixon recruited me in 2007. I hit him up, yo, I need you to say something for me. For my introduction as head coach, Brad, I'm on it. 2 minutes later, he sent me something. Like, it go a long way, man. Like, and it's crazy because 2 years ago, I went up to TCU to see my brother, and I meant to Texas to see my brother. And in the midst of that, I went to TCU practice, and I go down to practice. Coach Dixon, like, talking about me, he damn about to cry, like, this guy, man. And I'm like, dang, bro, like, you felt that way about me, like. He just was like, he was one, them kids that, went through that struggle and persevered. So he just was trying to tell that message to the other people, but he just was, because it was like, it's not out there as much as it used to be, where kids just, persevering through certain things or get a little adversity and sticking with it. So I was like, dang, that meant that much to me. Then him probably saying that to those kids. So like, just you never know what impact you have on people, whether they're coach or players.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So this is the NIL podcast, name, image, and legends. But I want to do a little exercise here because this is the NIL era. Imagine if the NIL era was around when we were playing. What do you think your bag would be worth? What do you think you would be worth as a player? What would it take for you to stay at Pitt? What would your market be for Brad Wanamaker?
Me? See, it's tough to say that because I don't want to get on here and lie because my senior year, I just broke the top 100. So I don't know what my bag would be, honestly.
Hold up, Brad. Hold up, Brad.
I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. Like, I don't know what my bag would be, honestly. But in that same breath, I played in the Catholic League, which was the best league in, the nation at the time. MVP Player of the Year of the city, State Player of the Year. I think I got a couple dollars, man. I don't know what. I got a couple dollars, though. I held my own. I went to ABCD camp, made the All-Star game. So I was in things. Max Preps, I was one of the award winners for Max Prep that year. I made the teams. So, at that time, it was big when we played. So, I'm shootout. I got MVP. So I was doing a lot my senior year. We was nationally ranked. We finished 29-3. We won like 15 straight games at the end of the season on a win streak. So, like, I feel like I made a name where I got a nice little bag. But I committed before my senior year even started, though. So
I was gonna say, let's say after your junior year, after you
what's gonna take to keep
this is what I was gonna do. This is what I was gonna do. All right, coming in freshman, you probably get 250. Going into your sophomore year, turning guy, they might push it up to 450. Going into your junior year, when Levance and all them is gone, they don't know what Pitt's going to be. They got to pay you just because.
I think
you're one of the main guys returning.
Yeah,
junior year, you're getting like probably 900,000.
We saying in your prime. I'm saying
in your prime. Going into your senior year, now let's talk. Now go there. Going into your senior year, you the Ashton's probably the face of the team.
The feature guy, Ashton.
The feature guy. He's the feature guy,
yeah.
but
you're the most
everyone
important.
knew that the engine ran through Brad.
Yeah,
you're getting at least $2 million.
No, yeah. No, my junior year, my stats was crazy. My junior year, so like, the points and assists and rebounds I put up was crazy. My junior year, so yeah, I know going to senior year, I probably got a nice little check for sure.
Who do you think you signed the NIL deal with on campus? Who would you want to sign a deal with?
I don't know. Whoever gave what you on that Hummer. No, let me stop.
What that card did?
Yeah.
I think his name was before the B. Right now, word. It was the card dude in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Burrow.
Hey, I was gonna say,
Hey,
what would
come
have been the
sponsor
first?
the podcast. Come sponsor the podcast. Burrow Honda.
Burrow.
I was gonna say, what would have been the first thing you copped though on campus when we out there? Like, what you doing? You know, we
I
had a
don't
good
know,
time
man.
in college.
Man, the Beamer. I'd have copped one of those joints, man.
Cop the
Man,
Beamer?
that Beamer. I definitely would have copped one of those. When he put the Beamer on campus, I said, ooh. I think he let me use it to drive to go pick my brother up from the airport one day. I said, yo, I need one of these.
I ain't go front, man. He's pulling the whips out, man.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, shout out to
Definitely
Walmart.
had the whip.
Shout out
That's
to
all I want.
hey, man. Get us around, man.
Trick truck.
Trick truck.
I was
I was about to say the trick truck.
Hey, get in the back, G. Back.
Oh my God! I knew you was gonna say it. I ain't leaving until he get in the front seat. I'm like, yo, this dude crazy. I'm not leaving until he get in the front
Yo,
seat.
man.
No,
G
you
was not
wildin',
going
right?
to the seat.
Huh?
You asked was
wildin', right?
Well, man, when I pull off, though, until you got the back, though.
Exactly. That's the crazy one. I was like, all right, bro. I'm getting in the back, bro.
G, that's fucked up.
And you a wild boy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy, son.
Yeah, that was crazy. Hey, Brad. So we still in Pitt. I wanted to ask you. LP is another guy, he's from Lancaster, but you knew LP right before he got to Pitt.
So, all right, quick story about LP. Similar to my first time playing against Levance, the 28 points. We played in this league called Conshohocken. It's like a really big league. It's still going on now. LP come up and cooked me. At this time, I already committed to Pitt. He cooked me. So, when I found out he was coming to Pitt, you can ask him to this day, he was like, I cook Brad, I'm coming taking all his minutes. So I had the same mentality as Lee. Every day in practice, what I do, I was killing him.
Destroyed him.
Not a day in practice went by where I was like, you're gonna get off on me, LP. Just because of that. Like, I'm like, yo, this is the same stuff that happened with Levance. I gotta treat a young boy. It's like passing the torch.
That's all right.
Yo, he did this to me, I'm gonna do it to him.
That made him redshirt.
Bro, every day in practice, I killed. It was bad. Like, it was,
side.
yeah, every day in practice, I want an LP bad. Yeah,
Did that build your relationship more? I was going to ask you, did you feel like you was a mentor to LP?
Yeah, for sure.
I felt like LP looked up to you.
Yeah, for sure.
The
family situation and stuff. We used to hang out off the court and stuff like that. So, for sure. That's my young boy. We still talk to this day. I mean, a lot. But yeah, I think that's one of them things that it bring you closer. All right, young boy, you got to wait your turn, but I'm gonna show you the ropes. I'm still gonna love you. I mean, off the court, yo, you want to get something to eat? You know how y'all did for us. Like, yo, you want to go eat? What you doing? All right, we go kick it up. We gonna go to freshman dorms today and kick it with you. So I think it was one of those things too. Like, he understood. It wasn't like I hated him or nothing, but it's just like one of them things. Like, young boy, you got to wait your turn. Mm-hmm. And I still remember that game you cooked me. I had to remind him every day.
What's one of your wildest stories off campus? Something that happened, whether out in the club or anything, something that's memorable to you at Pitt. I know that's probably going. I'm
gonna keep it PG.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna keep it PG. I say when the Steelers won the championship. Remember how we was out acting like we were Steelers fans going crazy? Mm-hmm. Yo, the campus was wild. The campus was wild that night. Like, we had a great time that night.
Yeah.
I think that was one
right there.
Like, when the Steelers won the chip and we went out and celebrated like we won the chip.
Yeah, that was the time. That was fun. It was funny you say that because that was my first time with keeping it PG. Now, I like the bench up, but that was my first time. Like, we get a lot of love out here because that was my first time going really, 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 really going out like that. Because we didn't party around the white people. No, we didn't party around the white people too much. I want to say we didn't party around that was my first time.
Cat got his tongue.
They love us out here. Like, that was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy. That was the time.
We was their pros, bro. That was crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, how we was smacked, and then the camera gonna come right to me.
Oh, that picture.
Wait.
Clip that picture up. Hey, man, find that picture. Clip that on here.
I'm like,
clip that picture.
Remember, Beth hit me like, oh, you was on the camera talking on the news. I'm like, what? She said, yeah, you was on. Why didn't come to me, son? I'm wild. I'm not even a Steelers fan. I got a yellow towel thing.
Yeah, we was
all had terrible towels.
Fuck it, man. They won it again. They won 2 times 4 years when I was there
on campus. That was crazy.
That was crazy.
That was the time, though. I ain't gonna lie. That
I
was
think that
fun.
picture on Facebook. Our Muslim brother Gil should have it.
Yeah.
Gil.
Nah, that's probably my wildest.
My son kept it PG because we don't want to talk about.
We ain't got the Patreon yet. We can't. I don't know.
Subscribe to the Patreon to get the exclusive.
That's what they want to do. Look at Brad.
Wait, you want to talk about what? I ain't hear you. It broke up.
They want to talk about Pamela's in your back pocket. We're not doing that.
Pamela's back pocket? What?
Just leave. We don't want to go.
What?
Hey,
Phone in the freezer, but we're gonna leave it alone.
Listen,
Man, we don't want to go there.
Under the bed. All right. The freezer.
hey,
no.
Brad, come on. I was your roommate. It was in
freezer
the microwave.
crazy,
It
and
was
I put
honestly in the microwave.
It ain't. It's not gonna work the next day.
But you just put it in there. We didn't turn it on. You just put it in there. I was like,
Y'all
okay,
crazy.
I shut it back. Like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. I used the oven.
Under the bed though, but not the freezer. The freezer crazy.
Under the couch downstairs.
Anywhere but in reach.
Yo, get me cussed out, man.
Crazy. Come on, Nick, man. Nick.
Yeah, transition was it.
So obviously, great Pitt career, which led to you having an incredible professional career, a unique career, because really it's like you had two careers. You had a full career, 8 seasons overseas. Then you had the NBA career. A lot of people talk about your NBA accomplishments, your college accomplishments, and they forget about, all your accolades, and you really reached the pinnacle of basketball globally overseas in the EuroLeague, Euro Cup. Talk a little bit about your overseas experience. Like, what was your favorite team you played for, or what do you think you learned from that overseas game that prepared you to have your NBA career?
Man, listen, y'all about to get an exclusive. Like, I never really talked about my experiences overseas to anybody. Like, some people that's close to me know about my situations over there, but I'll give y'all a rundown of everything. So my first year overseas, I probably played on 4 teams. I went to Italy. I played for the team, and it was more like a training camp invite. Because my agent was like, it's a big team. You should go there. And, you make it on this team, you good. So I go there. I played really good. The point guard on the team was with the national team at the time. So I'm playing really good. So I'm thinking I'm good. The point guard come back. I practiced a couple of days when I'm better than the point guard. But they was like, nah, we're going to stay with our point guard, blah. So then I leave that team. I stay in Italy. I go play for Teramo. And I'm in the backcourt with D. Brown. That was Illinois. I was a fan of D. Brown. He's Final Four. He was going crazy. D. Will, Luther Hill, all of them, they was crazy. So when I got a chance to play with him, I'm like, what the night? Yo, this is crazy. So he was good with me. He was showing me the ropes over there. But then I get injured. I messed my hamstring up. And it's, this the lockout year. So I messed my hamstring up. And during that time, I'm doing, the rehab and recovery and stuff. But the team lying to me like, oh, you got like another month till you ready. I'm like, what? But, I'm like, man, it's crazy. So I'm doing my rehab and stuff. And it was like, I mean, if you want, you could go back home. We could just part ways and stuff. So in my mind, I'm like, yo, F this overseas stuff. Like, I just dealt with that. Now I got injured. I'm cool. But the crazy part about it is they signed Jeremy Lin. And it was under the table. They ain't, like, nobody knew but the team. So in the midst of us parting ways, Jeremy Lin was coming over. And as soon as that happened, the NBA lockout was over. So they lost me and they never got Jeremy Lin. So they was messed up. And, now I come home. The Hawks invite me to camp. I go to training camp with the Hawks. I get cut the day before Christmas. And then I was like, yo, this crazy. This wild. At the time, I got a little Brad, so I ain't got no bread. I signed my agent. You get your front. They front you some money. So I'm like, yo, I got to pay these dudes back because the interest will keep growing. And then I'm like, man, what to do? Like, so I do the training camp with the Hawks. I get cut. So I'm like, all right, after New Year's, I'm going to decide what I'm going to do. Then the second division team in Italy called me, and they offered me a nice little check. So I went and signed over there for a month. I become teammates with Austin Freeman from Georgetown. So I'm like, oh, all right, cool. Mike Nardi was there too. Mike Nardi was injured at the time, so I went to replace Mike Nardi. So I signed over there for a month because this is how long he's supposed to have been out. At the end of the month, they was like, no, stay. Like, we want to sign you for another couple months. In my mind, I'm like, no, I hate overseas. Because at the time when I was in Fort Lee, it was like a big snowstorm. We were stuck in the house for a week. I couldn't leave at the house for like a week. And so I was miserable. Like, man, I ain't doing this, bro. So at the end, I got my check and I dipped. Then I come back. Danny Ferry called me. I go play with the Spurs. It was Dealey at that time. I go to the Spurs. Corey Joseph there, Flip Murray, Squeaky Johnson. Like, we loaded Eric Dawson, Julian Wright. All these dudes constantly getting 10 days. So I'm like, I'm going to go there. I'm going to get me one. I go there. I play really well. Obviously, the 10 day never came, but I'm playing good. The Spurs, like, keep doing what you're doing. Blasey. We ended up winning the D League chip. So I'm like, I'm good. I know I'm set. And I'm feeling myself because we just was in the club last night with the game and all the Bloods. They all got red hair. No, bro. I'm like, because, we don't come from no gang areas. Like, we ain't no gangs with us. It's this block versus that block. So I'm in the club with the game. And because TJ4 was our coach, TJ4 and him was close. So I'm in the club, and we in the section together. It's all these dudes, red dye, head hair, all red. I'm like, yo. Then you look across, dudes over there with blue flags. I'm like, nah, this can't go down, bro. I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm telling you, because I'm with the game, I know they got stuff situated. So it was kind of wild. That's because we played LA in the chip. It was kind of wild. No, yeah, then the season ended, and I'm like, all right, bet. I'm going to get called up, or somebody going to call me. So I'm just playing a waiting game. And I never got that call. So then my second year, I go to France, and I signed a nice check to go to contract to go to France, and that's why I played my second year in France. It started well, and then they started playing like games with me, not wanting to play me. So it was weird. Me and the coach was fighting all the time. The manager was fighting all the time. When you fight with the coach and the manager overseas, they cut you immediately. Mm-hmm. But they didn't want to pay me, so they just letting it prolong, waiting for a team to buy me out.
What was the name of the team?
Limoges. Limoges in France. And so we was fighting. They just went and cut me. So it just I just stuck the season out. Then that's when my daughter was born in February. So I'm like, yo, I need to go home. My daughter about to be born. They was fighting that. I'm like, bro, y'all gonna let me go? Or I'm going. So they eventually let me go. And I was home. They kept rushing me back. She was born. Yo, you got to come back the next day. What, bro? I'm not coming back. I stayed another 10 days. But I got a letter from the hospital because she was in the ICU because, sometimes, the collarbones and stuff. So she was in the ICU for a couple of days. So I got a letter. They was like, you got to send us the letter. You just staying home. But they was trying to put my money. Like, you don't come back, you ain't get your money. So I'm like, yo, y'all got to send a letter. So the hospital sent the letter to him. And I was cool. Then I got back. And I got back. I was like miserable the rest of the time there. So, yeah, then that was the year 2. And then after that year, I wound up playing in the summer league. No, after my rookie year, I played in the summer league with the Hawks. So when I played good, before I went to the Limoges, so I played in the summer league with the Hawks. And I started 3 games. At this time, they drafted Mike Scott and who's the guard? Jenkins. Mike Scott and Jenkins. They had those 2. And I'm starting point guard, so... Huh? Yeah, shooter boy.
John Jenkins.
John Jenkins. Yep. And so it was us 3, and I'm playing well the first 3 games. And then next game, they're like, yo, we're gonna bring you off the bench. So I hit my agent on me, yo, what they talking about they gonna bring me off the bench? Like, I'm playing well. He was like, no, they probably doing that. They want to see how your role gonna be in the NBA. You're gonna be a backup point guard, so they probably just want to see you in that role. I'm like, all right, bet. Pit me in, take me out. I'm not really playing. I'm like, man, what's going on? And he was like, dog, that could be a John. Like, he was just like, that could be a situation where they just trying to not let nobody else see you so they could save you and they sign you. All right. Then the last game of the summer, I don't play at all. And I'm like, he said that again. No, they just doing that. I mean, don't worry, you good. That's just, they want to hide you. So that's when I went back overseas because of that situation.
Is it Keith Glass was your agent?
No, I'm a Happy Waters and Steve McCaskill.
Okay. Happy Waters. You did have Happy.
Yeah. So that was year 2. Then year 3, I signed in Italy, Pistoia, and that was like my breakout year. Like, I signed for nothing, like nothing. Like, basically, it just was like one of them things. Like, I'm just gonna bet on myself. I went into a situation knowing not that, like, if they see this, I'm not trying to shit on the organization, but at the time, the money wasn't right. They was known for not paying players and stuff, but it was just with the situation. I knew, like, Italy at the time was a good league. And it was an opportunity for me to play against, the best competition to prove myself. So I went over there for nothing, knowing I wasn't get all my money, and which I didn't really get all my money. But the opportunity, that a coach called and was like, yo, you got the ball, you can do what you want. And, that thing, like, I needed to hear at that time. So I went over there and I had a great, great season. And then that just set it off from me from there. And then after that, I go to Germany for 2 years. And, when I went to Germany, that's when I started winning championships and stuff like that. A funny story, when I was in Germany, Denver Nuggets called me. And, I'm always like, at this time, I think at this point, I just was like, after NBA too. I was like, I'm locked in overseas. I'm going to be the best, player I could be overseas. So then the Nuggets called me like, yo, we got a 2-year deal for you. He's like, yo, we got a 2-year deal for you. You coming back home? I'm like, all right, cool. Like, appreciate it. I mean, I'm still like, just like brushing it off until, official. Now I call my agent, like, yo, Denver Nuggets GM called me, he's like, yeah, the 2-year deal, right? Yeah, they told me too. He said they just waiting to trade a player, but it's done. And I'm like, all right, cool, bet. Then they called me again. It was like, yo, we got it. We're going to make the trade, blase. And at this time, I got the crib in Florida. So my whole family down. It's like around July 4th. So we had a big 4th of July joint. So talked to my agent again. I'm like, yo, I can share this with my family? He's like, yeah, you can share it with your family. It's a done deal. Oh, I still got the pictures and videos and everything. I'll go share it with my family. I swear to God. It's funny that it's not funny, bro. We start crying, taking shots. We get drunk. Like, yo, we did it, bro. We did it. It's over. Bro, I'm super emotional. Yo, all the hard work paid off. We cheering, we talking. We was up all night drinking. We're just celebrating.
Yeah.
Just for 2 days later, yo, ain't gonna happen. Yo, after NBA, I'm never going to the NBA.
Wait, so how did that call go?
That's what I want. Yeah. What?
Agent called me and just was like, man, I got some bad news. I'm like, what? He was like, they couldn't make the trade of the player, so they can, honor the contract. I'm like, dang. At this time, it was only a verbal agreement.
Oh, so you hadn't signed anything yet?
I didn't sign anything yet. It was a verbal agreement. I'm like, yo, man. All right, bet. I said, after NBA, I'm never going to the NBA. Blase, stuff like that. Then I signed back overseas, and I went and played for David Black. And David Black called me. It was like, yo, I want you to be my guy. He fresh off coaching Brian. Brian, my favorite player. Mm-hmm. Yo, I want you to be my guy. Huh? What? Who this? David Black. Yo, I'm gonna be the coach and Darusafaka, and I want you to be my guy. You got the keys to the team. So I'm like, all right, bet. I ain't even talked to no other team that summer. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm coming there. And that was it. He said, you come to me, you NBA out, you want to leave. 2 years, it's a 2-year deal with the NBA out. And I was like, all right, bet. So I went and signed. Played with David Black that whole year. And this when I really still was after NBA. I had a great year that year. And Celtics was like, what's up? Come to the Celtics, blah. And I was like, nah, I'm cool. Shane Larkin go play for the Celtics that year. They get all them injuries, and he go crazy. So now, Saudi.
2017?
Who went crazy? Who you said? Went crazy?
Shane Larkin. He was still on that year with the Celtics. Right. He was getting a lot of opportunities. So now I'm Saudi, Shane good, though.
Me.
No, I know.
Shane nice. I'm just looking yo, that could be me, bro. I could be out there hooping. I'm Saudi, bro. I'm back over here. I'm still in. So then I finished that year, and then it's coming into my second year with Darusafaka. And right before, they called me we don't got the money to pay you. We're not going to do EuroLeague this year. We're going to drop down the Euro Cup. I'm like, what? Nah, I'm coming because I need this check. This biggest contract I signed. I need that money. We ain't doing that. So I ended up still going over Turkey. And at the time, I practiced with the guys a few times. And then I had a meeting with the team and the GM. They was like, yo, you can't practice with our team tomorrow. I'm like, what you mean? I'm signed to the team. Nah, it's causing a lot of problems because the current players on our team calling their agents, asking what's going on. They signed, thinking you wasn't coming back. You going to take all 8 minutes and stuff like that. I said, that's your problem, not my problem. It's like, no, you can't come around the team. I said, so what that does with my money, I mean, y'all tell me I can't come around, then what's that? They was like, no, I'll stay around. We're going to help you find a situation, stuff like that. You still could practice in the gym. We'll let you work out and stuff like that, but you can't be around our team. Cool. I hit the guy up. They're not letting me use the gym. It's a real situation. So I'm going
to this is in Turkey.
This is in Turkey. I'm recording it. I got to record it for, just in case we got to go to court. Mm-hmm. I'm recording it. Yo, another day coming to the gym. They locked the door on me. They don't let me in. Nobody answering their phone. I got all this recorded. I got to record it. I got to take pictures, time frame it, all that. It's wild. I'm in a different country, bro, doing all this. So at the time, other teams start getting word of it in the EuroLeague. They calling me yo, what you want to do? And I'm at this time, I'm no, I'm cool. I'm really cool. No, I'm cool. I just really want to buy out and just go back home. I was just cool off it. I don't even want to play this season. I want to buy out. I just want to go back home. Other teams kept calling. And I'm nah, I'm ready to see what's going on here. And then that's when Fenerbahce started coming into the play. I was already in Turkey. They was like, why don't you just go to Fenerbahce? You in Turkey already? Stuff like that. And at the time, I was like, nah, I ain't playing no Fenerbahce, bro. I heard about the coach. He too crazy. He be acting crazy, cussing guys out. I just played for David Black, the coolest coach ever. I don't think I met a coach that was cooler than David Black, bro. All right, get your work in. All right, get out. Go home. Enjoy yourself. See you tomorrow. He was that type of guy, but it just was that NBA mentality he had.
I was about to say, because that's different from overseas shit.
Yeah. NBA. So he was treating us like we was NBA guys, the way he practiced, the way he scheduled our practices. And like, yo, we felt fresh going into games, the way we performed.
And you guys were winning.
And we won. Yeah, we won. We went to the Elite Eight of the final Early Elite Eight. We lost in the playoffs to Real Madrid to go to the Final Four. So it was like he had us prepared, he had us ready. And yeah, so now I'm like, all right, Fenerbahce you on my line. I'm like, nah, I'm cool. Then like again, like the famous people in Turkey, they call me and text me, yo, Brad, there's X, Y, and Z. You know, I'm a big Fenerbahce fan. Why don't you come over and stuff like that? And I'm like, yo, what the hell? Like, it's crazy. So then the coach, Fenerbahce coach, Obradovic, hit me up. Yo, let's just have a talk. Let's come get some tea. You know, everybody, let's get some tea. Let's get some tea. Let's talk it out. So I go and I was like, all right, maybe I go and talk to him. And we talk about everything. He was like, yeah, I know you probably heard stories about me and stuff like that. Trust and believe I'm different. You know what I mean? Don't feed into that. I know that probably could be concerned, stuff like that. I'm like, nah, I ain't really worried about that. I'm used to tough coaching. But I just really don't know what I want to do right now. And then, like, we met again, like, a couple weeks later, because I'm still there. But at the time, they point guard injured. Bobby Dixon, he injured at the time. So they in need of a point guard. And Bodan Bogdanovic, he came over to the league. They all came over to the league. So at the time, they need somebody to score the ball and stuff like that. So I eventually was like, all right, cool. I eventually said yeah and went over and signed with them. And it was, like, crazy. I was like God, bro, in Turkey. I was like a god. You gotta think Fenerbahce is Turkey. Unreal, bro. My followers on Instagram probably was like 4,000, something like that. That joint went to like 15 to 20,000 in just one day, just because I signed Fenerbahce. It was unreal. And I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on? So now, you know, I'm getting crazy messages. I'm going to restaurants. Yo, come here. Everything was on us. So I'm going, what? I mean, Salt Bay, before he blew up, that joint like, yo, come in. We going, no reservation. Yo, we about to pull up. Clearing it out for us. Like, bro, I'm saying I'm God in Turkey. I'm really like God in Turkey. Like, unreal. Any and everything I wanted to do, I could do. And I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. Like, everything is at arm reach. Like, we was like kings out there. There's some of the guys on the team like, bro, we do whatever we want. What you want to do this. But the scary part was we had paparazzi following us. So, you know, I like to get out. So now we on the Asian side, and you got to go on the European side to really party. So we crossing that bridge to go party. Dudes out there with cameras taking pictures. We come back to practice the next day. Coach like, man, be the fuck careful. Y'all was out all night. Because we got practice tomorrow at 9 a.m. We out to like, you know, the clubs in Europe don't close at 7. Yeah. So we out. We coming for the club. We're going to eat breakfast. And for breakfast, we're going straight to practice. And then we're going to take a nap right at the practice. So, but they get wind of everything. And then just like, yo, we got to be careful before everybody get out to the media. So now we hitting the club up. Yo, we pulling up. But you got to make sure outside clear. Like, we like some real, like, you know how the NBA guys be high and stuff.
Going through the tunnel.
Like, yo, like, clear it out so we can get out the car and win. Like, it was unreal, bro. Like, when I say everything was in arm reach, like, everything, phone call, text, that don't happen like this. I was like, yo, this.
Was that your favorite country you played in? Your best experience?
I mean, that's tough to say. I won the most in Germany, probably. Well, I won in Turkey, too. I think Germany was like that stamp. It stamped me. Like, it stamped me out there in the EuroLeague world when I was in Germany. Them 2 years. I love Italy because of the food. Like the food, you know, that's why I fell in love with Italian food. Italian food, my favorite food right now. Like I could really eat pasta every single day. And I was able, like, when I was in Italy, I played for Pistoia, and you know, at that time I played 1 game a week, so I was able to travel Pisa, Florence, Amalfi Coast, Capri Island. So I'm doing all this wild shit you see in the movies. I'm going to all these places, Rome. Like, I'm going everywhere. Like, every time we get it off day, I'm going to all these places. So, like, I'm like, you know, this ain't real. Like, so
you got to enjoy it.
Crazy. Yeah. So, like, when I was in Italy, I ain't gonna lie, that was like crazy. Like the places I was able to visit. But then in Germany, I was able to go to Berlin a lot. You know, that's like my favorite price city. Off days, I always drive out to Berlin. You know, Munich, stuff like that. Fly to Barcelona, like off days, fly to Barcelona. You know, when you're in Europe, it's cheap. Like you fly
cheap.
One place to another place, that's on like €30, $50 to go over from here to Barcelona. I'm in Barcelona for 2 days, come back and ready for practice. When I was over there, it was super dope. Even when I was in Turkey, I was able to go to Dubai and where else I went? Was a quick flight. Where the pyramids at? I'm tripping right now.
Where?
Yep. The pyramids.
With Egypt?
Egypt.
I was able to go to Egypt. I'm tripping. I said I was able to go to Dubai. I was able to go to Egypt. I'm doing all this experience, and I got my kids with me, so they seeing all this stuff too. So like being over there, like in certain countries, I was able to do certain things. You know, obviously being in Turkey, I was able to go to Dubai and Egypt like without a hiccup, and my mom was able to see that too. So I don't know. It's hard to say where. I mean, Italy was the food. Turkey was everything. Man, Istanbul. It's a trip you gotta make, man. Especially,
Everybody talk about Istanbul.
especially
I was out there.
it's
It's
a trip.
about fire here.
Yeah, it's a trip.
That was my first year was in Turkey, so
Yeah,
Istanbul.
everything,
Big city.
everything there, man.
Did you play against Malcolm over?
Yeah, I played against Malcolm. Malcolm left the year I got there. He was in Malcolm was in Russia. He was in Lokomotiv. He played
Lokomotiv. Yeah.
Yeah, but we played against.
Y'all didn't cross paths in Germany?
Nah, he was out of Germany when I was in there. But we played against Euro Cup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we definitely played against each other though. Malcolm
was the same class. Y'all both was 07.
Yeah, 07. But you know,
Great
Malcolm, the first time I seen Malcolm in person was it our sophomore year? We was in our handball tournament in Maryland. Him and
high school.
Yeah, in high school. That's the first time I seen him.
His team was tough.
Yeah, he was nice. He was nice.
Dante Green. Yeah.
It was nice. But the thing about Malcolm, he kind of set that up for me for the NBA because he did the same thing. You got to think he went overseas. He went overseas and came back to the NBA, and I did it right after he did it. Mm-hmm. So he like opened that door for me because he went overseas, came back and signed that 2-year deal with the Hawks. Mm-hmm. So like he opened that door for me. At that time, that wasn't popular at all for somebody to go over and come back. Usually, you got a European guy that's been in Europe coming over to the NBA. You never heard about an American going overseas and coming back. Opened that door for me for sure. Yeah.
So something I want to ask that you said, especially that you shared that with us, what happened with the Denver situation. How was you able to turn down that Barcelona deal to go to the NBA for the Celtics?
Listen,
able to do that after that.
All right,
big deal. That was a big check.
Them numbers weren't accurate. Somebody made
it wasn't accurate?
Nah, my family came at me about
this is an exclusive.
Listen, bro, if them numbers was dumb numbers.
They were saying $5 million, right?
For a year?
5.
Yeah. I'm on crack if I ain't taking that.
I don't know what's fresh about what's like.
Yeah, I'm on crack if I ain't taking that.
That was crazy. Them numbers was nuts. I was like, dang.
All right.
Nah, yeah.
Okay.
That was somebody made that up. Like I wasn't even in talks with Barcelona at the time. I think I was finishing up the season with Fenerbahce and I already was agreed to Boston. It just wasn't signed. So, we was in the playoffs. And, Austin Ainge was coming to our games, stuff like that. And then they drafted Robert Williams. I'm still overseas on the NBA draft. And they text me, yo, we got a big man. If you want to come over, that spot is yours. So basically, I'm like, yo, let's do it. So I agreed before he was over overseas. So them Barcelona numbers crazy. My family hit me up like, yo, what? You signed NBA minimum? Like, yeah, no.
Especially after what you said happened with Denver. I'm like, boy, you tough.
Yeah.
So, you always bet on yourself.
Yeah. But I did have some crazy numbers of deals overseas kind of like floating around at the time. And I just was tired overseas. I'm not going to lie. I was tired of it. So it just was like perfect timing too. I was tired of it. So
what's the hardest part of being overseas? What wore on you to make you tired of it?
My kids were just getting older. I think that was the part of it. They was getting older. Me and their mom, was going through our separate ways at the time. It was a rough patch for us. We kind of like outgrew each other. So I think that was one of the biggest things. Like just want to be around the kids. I was just tired. The kids, was doing international school, but they needed to be around, American kids and live around that American culture and obviously be around family and friends. So it just was one of those things. Like everything just played a part, and it just was kind of like perfect timing. Like I really was tired. I'm not gonna lie. I was tired. I was exhausted from being over there. And then coming home and being home for 2 months and then jumping right back and going back over there for 10 months. I was fortunate enough to, be on winning teams where my season lasted that long. I'm forever grateful for that, but that grind different.
What's tough about the grind? Like what's different overseas as compared to being in the league? Or
you in America, you home. Like all day you could get, or even during the season, family and friends can come see you. So I could see my parents, my siblings, overseas, 10-hour flight, 6-hour flight, thousands of dollars. Ain't nobody doing that. You know what I mean? I'm in Boston, 5-hour drive. Let's all drive together. I'm in, San Fran, catch a flight. Charlotte, let's drive down. I got family that live in Charlotte too. So, it was those things that played that part. And it just was like time. It's time to come home. Like, yeah, I was over it.
When you was in Boston, I came to the game when y'all played Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And we hung out afterwards. It was I think Robert Williams and Daniel. How you say his name?
Tice.
Did he play with you in Germany? Did y'all play together in Germany?
And Daniel Tice was tournament.
Okay. Was he one of the guys that you were close with
When I came to
Boston?
Yeah.
Boston? Okay.
Yeah, because we was together for 2 years in Bamberg in Germany before I came to the NBA. So we was together for 2 years in Bamberg. Then obviously I went to Turkey and then when I went to Turkey, he played one more year in Bamberg, and then he came over. So he was with the Celtics a year before I got there. So when I came back, he was there, and then obviously Marcus Morris as being, Philly guys that was close, growing up. Then Pooh Allen was the assistant coach from Philly as well. So it was a lot of connect on that team. Yeah.
And I just want to real quick, hold on. So now when Boston is serious, how that phone call go? When he now when you said you agree, but when he called now and
talk about that.
So it was crazy because when I got back from overseas, I was home for like a couple of days, and I went right to Boston, and I met with Brad Stevens and Pooh Allen, and we just drove around Boston, going through the city and stuff like that. Right before I signed my contract, then I had the press conference and stuff. So it was crazy, just it was a surreal moment. Like even during the midst of all of it, I just was like, yo, what the hell? It is crazy because the night before I went to Boston, I went out with my guys. Went out and we partied. Like we was in Jersey, went out and partied. Mm-hmm. So the next day I go to Boston, I got the black polo tee and some blue jeans on. It's the same outfit I had that night on in the club. I couldn't even change, bro. I woke up, washed my ass, and I went right to Boston. Like I was the same outfit I had on the night before. I swear to God. But yeah, it was crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie, it was crazy just being out there, going through that process of like, yo, I really, really made it. Like I'm really here. Like it was kind of wild. So
you made it for all.
Yeah,
yes.
I thought everybody all the time.
Great watching it.
My rookie year in the NBA was probably the worst experience I ever had as a basketball player. I was miserable. But on the outside, I could not show it because.
Why would you explain that? Explain that.
Yeah, I'm gonna explain it.
So miserable about it. You just reached your dream.
I not show it because so many people was proud of me and everything. Because here I go in my prime overseas. I come to the NBA and I'm a fucking cheerleader.
Yeah, you take that step.
Through the midst of all that, I was told I was gonna play. So I get there, I'm doing well, and then you start to see certain things. We in the preseason, we play certain games. I play a little bit here, I'm not playing. I'm not your average rookie. I'm 29. So if I'm fresh out of college, I'm cool. All right, cool. Every rookie got to go through this. At that time, at that time when we was coming up, at that time as a rookie, most rookies weren't playing in the NBA right away, unless you just was that good. So I'm 29. I'm a 29-year-old rookie. I'm going through that process. I'm miserable, like miserable. I'm a cheerleader. If you really paid attention to some games, I'm not even cheering. I'm on the bench slouching. So like it was bad, because little Brad was paying attention to all of it. So he had games, and I'll go watch him game, and I ain't sitting on the bench like that. I'm like, why you acting like that? He's like, you do that in your games? I'm like, no. So then, I had to be more engaged because he really paying attention to this. So I had to be more engaged. Obviously, my parents start saying stuff about it, like, you got to be proud you made it and stuff like that. But I'm like, yo, bro, I'm a cheerleader. Like, I'll play, I'll do well, and then I don't play for 20 games. I'm like, what, bro? So then, we got to do our 2-on-2s, 3-on-3s in practice to stay in shape. And now I'm in practice. I'm cussing dudes out. I'm cussing coaches out. I'm throwing the ball in practice. I'm spazzing out because like I'm frustrated because we doing these 2-on-2s, 3-on-3s. I'm working on my game. I'm doing well, but it would come to the game, I'm not getting a shot. So now I'm in practice. We scrimmaging. I might make a crazy play, dunk on somebody. They all going hype. Oh, I'm like I mean, it was miserable. I'm not gonna lie, I was miserable, and I just had to like fight through that and act like it was all good for the outside people, but deep down inside was cooking me. And I go from practice, I come home, kids happy, yeah. So it's changing my mood. Like, what's up? All right, let's go out. You know what I mean? Let's do something. Fam come visit. Gotta play it cool for them. They super excited. Some of them first time ever going to an NBA game. They getting passes to be on the court. So like in the midst of all this, it was bittersweet. My first year was bittersweet. It just was like one of the situations like, damn, I'm a cheerleader for these niggas. Once again, same mindset, like I think I'm right there with these guys. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And going from you as the man over,
the man, like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
hungry
champion
real quick.
all those chips. Yeah, I can see all that.
Yo, but even say that you say like Lord Brad saying you slouch on a seat, but just think about that. You played in the NBA. Your son got to see you play in the NBA. How was that for you, guys?
Man, it was cool. It was like super, super dope. To the point now, even sometimes we randomly talk about it. He's just like, yo, dad, like, you know, you had me around certain people, certain players. Like, even now, like, I still got teammates that I talk to. I hit them up real quick, like, and they responding. I mean, or, you know, sometimes they hit me up like, yo, that's little Brad. Like, they checking in, like, stuff like that. So, like, just that experience, like, taking them everywhere with me, you know, which I did love about the NBA. The family was able to travel. So, like, the family traveling, like, I'm taking them. We're going on a 10-day road trip. Yo, yeah, going to school, come experience this. So, we're going to different cities, you know, letting them and their mom go out and experience stuff. Like, you know, hey, go do what y'all need to do. Go see this. So, I mean, it was pretty cool. The one year I was in Boston, we played Toronto on Christmas Day. The fam traveled with me, like, yo, you know, make this trip with us, spend Christmas with me in Toronto. Like, it was cool. Took pictures with Brad on the court. We still got the pictures, Christmas in Toronto. So it was a dope experience. And I just be like, you got a little taste of it, like, as a kid. Like, go taste that for yourself as a player. Yeah, that experience second to none. But, you know, just the midst of my first year, like everybody else around me loved it, and I was the only one that hated it. And it's just like, you know, at times I had to fake it. Like, yo, this y'all crazy. But deep downtown, like, yo, fuck the NBA.
Yeah, but you worked your way to being a player in the rotation. What did it take? Like, what dominoes had to fall for you to actually get your opportunity and hold on to it for as long as you were able to?
Kyrie leaving?
Man, just staying with it and believing in myself, and a lot of trust in Brad Stevens. My exit meeting with him, we lost to Milwaukee. My first year, we lost to Milwaukee in the playoffs. And, you know, I played garbage minutes, but, you know, I played and I went out there and I played well. And in our exit meeting, he was like, yo, I think you really could have helped us in that series. And I'm like, bro, I probably played 25 out of 82 games. What you talking about? I could have helped. In my mind, that's what I'm thinking. A part of me believed him because I'm like, yo, I really was doing my thing, even though it was garbage minutes. Yeah. And he was like, yo, honestly, you know, I know things didn't go as planned. Please give us another chance. I'm going to be calling you soon. So it made me feel well. It made me feel good. I go back home. Like a week later, he still texts me, you know, don't forget what I said, you know, blah, blah, stuff like that. And in the midst of all that, my agent, like, what you want to do? You know, obviously now, you know, the overseas team's calling, offering money and stuff, but I did a whole season home. I can't go overseas.
Yeah.
I can't. Like, I can't. Like, as miserable as basketball was, just the piece of being home, seeing family and friends on a consistent basis, I can't go back. Like, I just can't go back. Like, I agreed to Boston pretty quick to go back, even though a lot of people didn't like it. Like, a lot of people didn't like it that was close to me. Like, why would you go back to a team which, you know, promise you playing time and X, Y, and Z? And, you know, us, you know, we cut from that cloth. We'd rather take something than something to be handed to us. I just was like, I got something to prove. Like, I just was like on a mission. Like, I got something to prove. So, you know, I agreed to go back to Boston. After, you know, I talked to the coaches, and then the draft come, they selected 3 guards and a forward.
Who they pick up? You remember?
Yeah, Carson Edwards, Romeo Langford. They both was first round picks. Grant Williams was the first round pick too, and then Tremont Waters in the second round.
Yeah, I remember.
So I'm like, damn, they got all alone. Romeo Langford was he was a lottery pick, so I'm like, damn, they got all alone, and they want me to come back. I believe in myself. And then Brad was like, we still want you if you want to come. And I'm like, yeah, I'm coming, coach. And that's why I agreed to go back to Boston. And then get there, you know, doing my thing, playing well. Kemba come to the team too. Kyrie got traded. Kemba come to the team. So we just going through the preseason and everything. I'm doing my thing. I'm playing. But, you know, they screaming the young kids' name. They on the young kids. And now I'm like back in the same situation. We do preseason games. Back in the same situation. The youngest getting more minutes than me. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? But, you know, I just got that fight in me that I'm not going to give up. You know what I mean? So, and you know what's thorough, like, you know what's real about me through that whole process? I'm taking the young boys under my wings. I'm taking them out. I'm taking them to eat. I'm doing all this, bro. Swear to God, they'll tell you, yo, I'm doing all this, taking them out to eat, yo, talking to them, yo, you need to do this when you're the game. But in the mind, I really want to play. But it's just like one of them things, like as a vet, I feel like I got to get
You've never been a hater.
Yeah, I gotta get your young boys games. I gotta get them game. So in the midst of all that, I'm still getting them game. Like, yo, you gotta do this when you win. You gotta make sure you're doing this. Blasey. Like, and I don't think they really was like expecting me to say that because they know we in competition for the minutes. But I'm giving them game. Yo, what y'all doing after this, bro? Y'all ate? Come on, let's go eat. I mean, yo, what y'all doing? I'm about to order y'all something to eat. Like, I'm doing all this for the young boys, and they lottery picks and stuff like that. They contracts more than mine. You know what I mean? But it's just like, I'm 30, y'all young boys, y'all first stepped in the league. So it's just one of the things like, I'm going to, look out for y'all. So we just going. Season start, they playing over me. I get thrown in there, sprinkled in here and there. I ain't really feeling it, but I'm still looking out. The young boys can tell you I had a great attitude the whole time. We about to leave for a West Coast trip. A lot to you not. No, first I'm just going through the joint. I'm like, yo, why I'm not playing? I'm really like questioning why I'm not playing. Why I'm doing everything I need to do. Why I'm not playing more minutes. But Brad Stevens just like, yo, waste your time. When the time come, take full advantage. Swear, this is what he's telling me. And I'm going to pull out. I'm like, bro, what's up, man? He was like, man, Brad fighting for you. That's what he said. Brad fighting for you. Y'all know the NBA is the higher ups that make calls and stuff. That's you just that big of a coach. It's the higher ups that make them calls. So he just is like, stay with it. Brad fighting for you. Stay with it. Obviously, I make $1 million. You make 2.5 million. You playing over me. That's just the NBA, regardless of if you think you're better than me or not. We seen that with DeJuan Blair when he was with the Spurs. He was putting up numbers, but the other guys made more money. So, hey, sit down, young fella. So it's just one of them things. And then we go on a West Coast trip. Right before the trip, I swear, Brad, I'll never forget. Brad was like, be ready. Like, all right, I ain't really been playing. He's like, be ready. All right, cool. Play the Spurs. We go up probably 25, 30 on the Spurs. He like, Brad, bet I ain't bullshitting no minutes. It's the NBA. I get in, I'm going off. I go off, I get a couple buckets, I score. He subbed me out. He was like, thank you. You saying thank you for, like, thank you. You gave me that. You subbed me in. Thank you. He just was like, thank you. And then from there on, I played every game. So I think that was one of the things he was like, you
validated what he wanted to
test,
do.
Yeah.
I validated what he wanted to do. And then from there on, he just played me. And I was, doing really good, like really, really good. And then the NBA shut down. And that's when the bubble came. And I think that's what opened it up to everybody seeing it because, you look at my stats, it was the same. But in a bubble, that's all everybody had to watch. So now people that wasn't watching the Boston game, they watching Boston game and they seeing like, oh, shit.
Why ain't he playing? Yeah.
Huh?
They're like, why ain't he playing?
No, I was in the rotation at the time, not playing well.
Okay.
So people hitting me up like, yo, oh shit, Wanamaker's actually good. So the people the casual fan that never watched a Boston game, obviously the people that been seeing us playing stuff, they knew what I was doing that season. So now it's like a whole like lead of like different people reaching out and getting DMs, yo, you nice, yo, blasey. So that felt good. That validated a lot of things for me. So to be honest with y'all, bro, after that season, I just was not motivated no more. I was like, I did it. That's my dream. I did it, bro. What a guy.
Wow.
I did it. I played in the NBA. I fucking was in a rotation. Played well. I did it, bro. I did it.
You 31?
At the time.
And then,
I think I'm
is this before the second contract?
This was my second contract. I signed two.
Yeah. So that'll kill the motivation a little bit too.
So I signed my first. Both times I signed Boston was 1 year. So I say 1 year. So I say 2 year, 2 contracts with Boston. But then when that summer come, I'm hyped. Like, all right, cool. I'm about to get a nice little check. We seen what other people getting. Blasey. But I'm not working out the same. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not working out the same with my game, stuff like that. It's one of them things. I really was hyped. Like, I really did that. I really was in the league playing a rotation, putting up numbers, 15 points here, 12, 13. You know what I mean? I'm guarding the best players. I'm getting steals. So, I didn't work out the same that summer like I did in the summers past. Just because I was like, yo, I did that. I made it. And then, going through that process, I get a call from a team right before free agency. It was what you call the Phoenix Suns. They was like, yo, we got a 3-year deal for you, take it now. I was like, what the fuck? Nah, I'm not taking that. Because if y'all offer me 3 year, $9 million, like, looking back on it, I should have took that.
What?
Like, what, bro? But like, yo, I'm like, 3 year,
My
$9
boy,
million.
he was getting 40 M's.
Bro, 3 years, $9 million. I'm like, yo, they offered me this the day before free agency. Or free agency, I'm getting the check. That's my mind. I'm like, I'm getting the check. If they trying to make me agree to something before the day, I'm getting a check somewhere. I'm getting $12 million for 3 years. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I think I did enough to get that. That's what I'm thinking.
What your agent say to you after you told him the deal? What he said?
No, my agent called me and was like, yo, Phoenix got this for you, but they want you to agree tonight. I'm like, what? Tonight? The day before? But also back in my mind, I'm like, we played Philly. I played good against Philly every time. We played Philly in the playoffs. I played good. So I'm like, I'm coming home. I know I'm better than some guards. I really wanted, that's my dream. I wanted to really play for Philly. So I'm like, yo, I told him, I said, I'm waiting on Philly. I want Philly to offer me. I know they're going to offer me. I mean, I played good against them. I'm a Philly kid.
Were they in contact with you at the time too? Like with the GM?
Nah, I never talked to Philly.
Did your agent say you should have took that deal for Phoenix?
No, he just was like, he was like, what do you want to do? I'm not pressuring you to do it, but this happened a lot in the NBA where guys agreed to deals before. And I was like, I don't know, bro. I really don't want to go on the West Coast. That's why I was saying I really don't want to go on the West Coast. Like Boston was nice, bro. 5-hour drive, people coming up all the time. Hour and a half flights. Ooh, I'm like, yo, I'm in a perfect situation where I'm close to family and friends. So I just didn't want to go on the West Coast. But mind you, Phoenix, Scottsdale is probably my favorite city.
Hey, I would have took good care of you out there. You know that's my hometown, man.
Guys, this one is real, bro.
Like, I would have took good care of you. I would have took the food. Come on.
No,
I heard about Scottsdale.
It might have been my favorite city to travel to when I was in the league. It was all it.
But
yeah, that was the deal. And then, free agency started. A couple teams called, but they was like, I was their afterthought. So they was like, oh, maybe we're going to get back to you. We interested, blah, blah, blah. And then that's when Steve Kerr, my agent called me and was like, yo, the Warriors, they want you. I'm like, all right, cool. What the fuck? Damn, I had to play with Steph. So it's crazy. My agent called me. He was like, yo, Steve Kerr will call you in a second. So Steve called me. And he was like, yo, I like what you did with the Celtics, but I think you have the same type of, Golden State. I'm like, all right. And he was like, whatever you do, just make sure you do the right thing, but no, you got to roll over here and go to State. And I was like, all right, bet. And my agent hit me back like, yo, Steph about to call you. Like, huh? Steph Curry called me. Like, yo, good luck in free agency. We'd like to have you in Golden State, blah, blah, blah. That low-key, that was the icing on the cake.
Of course.
That was the icing
on the cake.
Of course.
Like, I'm in my parents' crib. He called me. First, it said North Carolina number, so I already knew it was him. So I went outside on the porch and I answered it, and I'm talking stuff. And I go back in the crib smiling there. What's what? I'm like, yo, that was Steph. Steph just called me. They was like, what? You lying? I said, I swear to God, he just called me. And saying what? I'm like, he said he'd like for me to come to the Golden State. They was like, yo, that's crazy, little Brad and all of them in there. My nephew, they was like, what? They go crazy. I mean, then like a day later, no, not a day later, hours later, I'm in the drive-thru to get some food. Then Draymond called me. Yo, what's up? I'm like, yo, hello, what's up? You gotta answer every number now. It's free agency.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, this Draymond. And I was like, yo, fuck out of there. Yo, you say I got the biggest head in the world. When we did that shit on TV, we just started laughing and joking like on the phone and stuff like that. And he was like, no, man, no, I like your game and stuff like that. Come to go to State. And I was like, bet. And that was like, yo, I'm going to go to State. And that's how that happened. But yeah, Golden State was frustrating though. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was frustrating. It was cool to see like the day in the day out of Steph Curry, how he worked on his game, Draymond, how he approached the game. Like it was cool to see that Wiggins and all those guys, but for me it wasn't, the best situation. You know what I mean? Early on I played in preseason, I played early in the season, a couple guys, that they thought was gonna have big roles on their team were struggling. And then I had a meeting with Steve Kerr. This when you ain't drafted, you ain't get drafted, not one of the guys for real. You go through these things. So I had to meet with the team and they just was like, yo, we're going, put a couple players in that second unit and basically put the ball in their hand. We got to get them guys ready. So basically like, fuck you kind of situation. And now, I go through my streak where I'm getting one shot a game, may not shoot a game, get 2 shots this game, may not shoot this game. Now I'm playing 4 minutes in the first half, 4 minutes in the second half. So I'm playing 8 minutes. And in 8 minutes, I probably touch the ball like 4 or 5 times, and I'm the point guard. So it was tough. And now we go to a point where I missed 19 straight threes. So now it's like, yo, fuck it. I'm losing my confidence. So it was like all the things played an effect. And then my family calling me like, yo, is it too much pressure you backing up Steph Curry? I'm like, no, I don't feel no pressure at all. My opportunity just changed. I mean, they see, who I was in the preseason to now, it's just everything changed. Once again, if you ain't really paying attention, you don't know what happened, what's going on. So, and the media out there is crazy. So now they just cooking me in the media. They killing me.
19 straight threes.
Going crazy.
Wanamaker, you trash. How we get this bum? Blasey. And then we got Nico Manning and we got Jordan Poole. They play good. how did we ever play this bum over them and stuff like that? So like they just cooking me. You know, we
Is
social
it the media or fans?
like on social media, not like
Social media. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but some media people were saying like, why not give Jordan Poole a chance? I'm struggling, rightfully so. Like I'm barely getting shots up. I'm shooting 1 or 2 shots a game. I'm not in rhythm. Like I was like super frustrated. Then you know it's still COVID, but you know in San Fran they ain't open it up all the way. So I go to practice. I ain't got no outlet, bro. I'm coming and looking at 4 walls. I'm in jail. I got a nice spot out there.
You overseas again?
Yeah, I got my crib nice.
Where'd you stay at?
I stayed right in downtown San Fran. I had a penthouse, bro. That shit nice. Like, but I'm coming from the gym and going there. From there to the gym. I have nothing, bro. So it's like I'm struggling here, but I ain't got no outlet. I can't get out, get a drink for real. I can't do no partying for real. I ain't got no family and friends. So
are you with your family or y'all?
No, I'm
separate.
myself. Yeah, we're going throughout the work. Yeah, so you know, out there by myself. So like there's all that going on. And it's just me. So like think about that. Basketball ain't going well, but I don't have nothing else. Like, you know, you got it. Like, usually 1 of the 2 going good. Like basketball ain't going good. All right, come home to the folks. They cheering me up. I got basketball. I'm coming home to the crib, ain't nothing there. I'm like
thinking about
I'm just
that you're not even
So the good thing about it, which I did like though, when it came to a point and it was like time the trade deadline and stuff, Steve did came to me like, yo, it's now. And, you know, Steve Kerr was speaking up for me in the media. He just kept saying, yo, this ain't on Brad. Like, you know, he's in a tough situation. You know, we trying to find ways to help him. Like, he was speaking up for me. So I did give him credit for that. He was speaking up for me during that process. But then he came to me like, yo, we're going to find a team for you. I'm blah. But right before the trade deadline, we go and we play Charlotte. And Steph get sick right before the game. So at the time, I'm really not in rotation. That shit was like, yo, Brad, you starting.
You played good this game.
And I played good against Charlotte.
I remember.
Yeah, played really good against Charlotte. And then that's like a couple weeks later, they hit me up like, yo, LaMelo Ball injured, Devontae Graham injured. You know, we want you to come over. And then, you know, Steve was like, yo, Charlotte want to trade for you. How you feel? I'm out.
Yeah.
Trade me, bro. Like, I need a fresh start. Trade me.
Yeah, for sure.
Crazy. We drive to Sacramento right before the game. They announce everything. I mean, link up with a teammate. You know, we get up real quick. That's what I did. And then, you know, I go to Charlotte. I get to Charlotte, and I was hooping, bro.
I remember that. You were hooping.
I remember.
Hooping in Charlotte. Like, I'm falling back in love. Like, I'm hooping, bro. I'm getting opportunity. These guys down. I'm falling back in love with it. I mean, and then we get towards the end of the season. 5 games left in the season. Here we go again. Yo, Brad, can we have a meeting? Yo, we got a couple players on the team. We trying to build their stock up. You know what I mean? Trade value up. You know, you good, though. But, you know, these last 5 games, you might not play you just to build the situation up. I called my agent like, yo, bro, what, again? He was like, no, that mean they probably want to re-sign you for next year. Blasey. I said, bro, we making a playoff run. What are you talking about? We're at the bottom. We right to get in the playoffs. Like, we got a chance to make the playoff run. He was like, no, you know, stay positive. Still be a good teammate. All right, cool. I'm still being a good teammate, you know what I mean? Because I really rock with the team. I'm being a good teammate, you know what I mean? But I'm like, yo, this shit killing me, bro. This one you know is bad when I swear to God on everything. Other niggas on other teams coming up to you after the game, bro, why you even play? I'm like, yeah, you respect me a little bit, like,
yeah.
On that team, like, you know what I mean? You know, obviously all of it might not be real. They try, you know what I mean? But I know some people that was action was real. Like, yo, why you ain't playing, bro? Why they ain't playing? I'm like, I don't know. But
so coaches are that honest with you? And like the front office, that honest with you when you're not playing, they'll be real. Like, hey, we're trying to build other people's stock. Like, describe to me those. Who are those conversations with mostly?
When that was with the GM of the team. I mean, the coach wanted to play me. Same situation, bro. I always been in a situation when coaches was rocking with me. But it was the GM. I really had to meet with the GM. He just was like, you know, we want to try to build these guys' value up, trade value up, and try to trade them. And rightfully so, all them dudes got traded.
And how does that make you feel? Do you like almost respect the honesty? Like you rather than be honest,
bro? Yeah. Because then you gotta think it messed up other stuff for me because I'm still trying to get a contract, bro. Mm-hmm. My contract ended, so now as a league, if you watching me, you thinking why he not playing? Like, come on,
yeah.
Why he not playing? Like, what's going on? Yeah. So now I'm like, fuck the NBA again. Finish the season off. My agent like, all right, yo, I'll go enjoy yourself, blasey. I'm like, I'm done. What you mean you done? I'm done, bro. I'll call him right now. He'd say, you ain't done. What you talking about, bro? I'm done, bro. I'm not doing this shit no more. I'm done. Like, it's over. I say my time is up. It's over. I'm not playing no more. He's like, we'll talk. Go enjoy your summer. Go on vacation, something like that. I said, all right, bet. Couple months come. free agency come, I'm not answering his phone call. I know it's probably team's calling. I'm not answering him. I'm really done. Yo, bro, give me a call. I'm like, yo, I'm done, bro. Then my other agent hit me up. She was like, Brad, what are you talking about? You're not done. No, I'm really done. Free agency, you know, and I ain't signed with nobody. You know what I mean? You know,
I mean, were there offers coming your way? Like,
I ain't signed with nobody. I wasn't answering the call. I really was done, bro. I was mentally cooked. I wasn't working out. I wasn't doing nothing, bro. And
wow.
Yeah. And then I don't know if somebody got injured with Indiana or something. And then he was like, yo, Indiana said come for training camp, you know, if things work out, they'll sign you for the 4-year. No, they said no, non-guaranteed contract. And then, you know, by a certain time, you know, you could decide if you want to guarantee or not, if you do well. I'm like, nah, bro, I ain't doing that shit. I'm really done. And I don't know if y'all remember, I go to Indiana, I'm looking bad. My first day in Indiana, I'm looking bad, bro. Like, I really was.
I remember I hit you up over that.
I really was in hibernation, bro. I wasn't doing shit. I'm chilling, bro.
Brad, it seems like you went out on your own terms, like a boxer, like a prize fighter, going like Floyd Mayweather, going out on your own terms. But there's some more questions that need answered out here. A lot of people have opinions about some of these players we watch on TV. Who's the best? You know, you got to play with some of the best. You know, play with Kyrie, you play with Steph. Who was the best players you played with, and who was the best players you played against while you were in the league?
I don't want to compare nobody, no. So don't ask me this player, that player. I still talk a lot of them. So
okay,
but
yeah, we're not gonna compare. I just want to know who's great.
Yeah, no, people be trying to get me to, you know what I mean, on camera to say who's better out of certain players. I can't. I just don't. I mean, no, yeah, Kyrie, man, like his talent was second to none. Obviously, playing with him, Steph Curry, yeah, them two like set the bar like really high of like what it took to be a pro day in and day out. And I mean, just sitting there watching, you know, some days I really would sit and just watch Kyrie work out, bro. And it's like some of the stuff he did is just like, yo, why are you doing that? He's just so good at basketball. The angles he doing his layups to make certain layups and stuff like that. But then we get into a game, he actually doing that. I mean, then, you know, Steph Curry, I was that video, that viral video of him in Chicago making all them shots, threes in a row. You know, I was sitting there watching that. Like, so it was like, I was able to experience all of that. And then, you know, I played with Kemba as well, another great point guard. And Kemba, he making 500 shots a day. He go through a certain routine where he's making 500 shots. So it's like, yo, bro, I'm just seeing like this greatness. And it's like, yo, I'm not motivated. You know what I mean? Just certain things that just motivated me to get better. And then, you know, just playing against certain people, you know, LeBron. Getting a stop on LeBron at one point. Like, you know what I mean? I still got that video saved, like, you know. But then it's also, you know, he walked me down. Like, I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't move or nothing. He just walked me down, like, Lord, and just laid me up. So it's like, you know, you see those things, like, you know, being able to play against LeBron and, you know, obviously Lou Will, you know, I really love this game. And then, you know, when I got to the NBA, we was like matchups, like, you know, because he came out the bench, you know, obviously 6-man Lou Will, you know, arguably could be a starter in any team. You know, it was like going against him at times. And I remember we played in LA. And you know, it was the matchup. I felt like I won that matchup. He came to Boston. Oh my God. It got dark, bro. That joke like, yo, Brad. Subbed in. Coach, like, you got Lou. 2 minutes later, yo, Brad, come sit down. Bro, he was busting our ass. Like, you know, it was cool. Like guarding the Kawhis, the PGs, you know, being able to play against the Kyle Lowry, you know, from Philly, you know, North Philly, tough guard.
How was that?
That was crazy for me. Especially, you know, going against him in the playoffs. You know what I mean? It wasn't too many words being said between each other. But, you know, that competitiveness was there. There was a lot of love shown afterwards. I actually just ran into him the other day. He was working on his kids and stuff. And I was having to work out with Roman. And I was with him. We was talking a little bit. You know, we just, you know what I mean, talking, you know, congratulating me. He told me how proud he was of him. And I was like, bro, you going to 20 years in the NBA. I mean, I'm proud of you. Like, bro, you set that standard for what a Philly tough guard is. You went through everything, you know, going through that Memphis situation, you know, similar to me, grinding it out. You know, they didn't believe in you. You made your name other places. I mean, arguably, you're going to get his jersey retired in Toronto. He's a Hall of Fame point guard, like the career he had. And then we got some similarities, you know, we're talking about him, you know, his sons. You know, his sons play ball, so working his sons out. And he only could work one son out. The other son, he can't work out because they fight. Like, that's me and Lil Brad. Like, so he's speaking it. He was like, bro, I'm about to be 20 years and my son won't listen to me. I'm like, bro, I went the hardest way to the league probably, and he don't want to listen to me. So, you know, it's those similarities and, you know, that respect of, you know, we dealing with the same thing with our kids, you know, trying to help them, you know, pursue their dreams. Obviously that's cool. But yeah, man, it's hard. AD guarding KD and guarding Harden, Westbrook. Chris Paul. Like I remember one time I plucked Chris Paul and laid the ball up. Like, you know, it was kind of wild. And he was like, yo, good defense. I'm like, the fuck? Yo. So like it be crazy stuff like that. Like like guarding those type of players, making plays on them. Shoot, who else?
How was it guarding Westbrook? Someone like straight attack mode. Yeah, I love Westbrook, so I got to know.
Yeah, I played Westbrook when he was in Houston. Him and James Harden was in the backcourt together, and that was my matchup. So, I mean, that was a tough cover. Like it was a tough cover. I was hyped because I played good that game. I think I had like 13 points that game, and we won. So, and then we went out. So, you know, I was feeling myself. It's crazy looking at these players, like you playing against these players that you just was watching. Like this boy just averaged a triple double for 3 straight years. He's one of the greatest point guards ever, and like I'm standing toe to toe with him. So like I never took those things for granted. Like even after the game, like during the midst of it, between them lines, it's like, yo, fuck you, bro. But after the game, I'm fanned out. Like, yo, bro, I just really played against Westbrook. And the night before, you know, Kyrie introduced me to him. We went out. Kyrie introduced me to him and stuff like that. So it'd be like stuff like that, bro. Like,
hey,
more than most people, but it's big. You know what I mean?
You keep saying you went out. You went out a lot in your NBA career.
Nah,
that boy. Yeah, yeah.
To dinner.
I get it. To dinner, whatever you went out. But where was your favorite city to go out in?
Scottsdale.
Oh, you did say that. You did say Scottsdale.
Yeah, Scottsdale, bro. Scottsdale was all that.
I don't want to. No. I don't.
About Scottsdale.
No, I went out with Brad in Miami, so I know what you did.
We went out together.
Yeah,
but no, when you said Houston,
let me know, Brad.
I love Houston, so when you say Houston, it just made me think of that.
Houston was a fun city as well.
Yeah.
I mean, LA cool. Brad. I'm not a big LA guy though, bro. Like people love LA. I just never was crazy about LA. I think it's just too fake for me. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, on that island is different, bro. Yeah, that island was crazy. That was the Houston island. That was crazy.
I was about to say this is a good question because you played against James in high school because y'all both was 07.
No.
Oh, so y'all didn't play each other. Okay.
No, he 06.
No, Harden. No, James 07. He 07.
James Harden?
Harden 07.
Yeah, he
07.
It's the one, Brad. We got the one. 07 to 1. That's the one. Not
he
the
was
two.
battling against
James
Jerry Bayless.
07, bro. Y'all tripping.
The one that ain't the two, huh?
He's 07.
He's 07.
He's 07.
I don't know who he played for AAU because I never
was
seen
there.
him on the circuit either, though. I'm gonna be honest. I never seen him on the circuit. He was on the out
What
west.
did he play with SoCal?
Cool. No, he ain't play with SoCal.
He didn't play with SoCal.
No, SoCal was Kevin Love and Brandon
I don't know
Jennings.
and that was Brandon Jennings, yeah.
And Kevin Love.
JD Luster.
Yeah, KD
07.
James Harden definitely 07.
Damn, James Harden 07.
Because even every time I said, I'd be like, yo, Brad and G was in a crazy class.
They are a class. D Rose, OJ Mayos, the Bill Walkers.
James Harden played for Pump and Run Elite.
Mm-hmm. He played for
Pump different.
I think that's Nike. He was Nike circuit.
Yeah, that's Nike.
Nike sponsored.
He wasn't a piece, Jam.
07.
Too deep. I had to play against Jared Bayless.
Jared Bayless.
Derrick Rose.
Tough.
Our class.
The two. All them dudes.
Yeah, he was a champ.
Jared Bayless.
He was on my Nike team too, Lee. Came from USA camp shooting 30 shots. I was like, dang.
He was a top 10 pick. He wasn't worried about y'all. He didn't care.
Nah, he get him up.
I had my 20 twice on him. That's all. It's all good. I'm good.
Brad.
Hey, that was my mountaintop, Brad. That's when I lost motivation.
Yeah.
You know. But so unbelievable career. I mean, unbelievable example of just grit, determination, betting on yourself, and bravo, going out on your own terms when you felt like you're ready. But I think arguably probably your most important challenge is what you've decided to sign up for next, of being the next head coach at your alma mater, Roman Catholic. I'll talk a little bit about what went into that decision, wanting to go back and coach. I mean, a lot of NBA players, they make their millions and they kind of just support financially or start an AAU team. They're not really involved. Like, what is motivating you to actually get back and donate not just your money, but your time to invest in these young men?
Nah, man, you know what's crazy? I didn't plan on it. it just kind of fell in my lap. Not like that. I mean, I earned it, but people around me that know, I say I'll never coach basketball. When I first was done with the NBA, the Hornets actually offered me a job, and I was fresh out, and I just seen how the NBA operated, players run it, the way players talk to coaches, and I'm like, yo, bro, I'm the same age and not older than these guys. They're not about to be talking to me in any type of way because I'm a coach now. So it's just like one of the things that I couldn't do it, and I just was like, I'm not going, coach. Then I was coming back, and I got my AAU program in the city, and I just was around, mentoring it, helping out, stuff like that. And then I was like, F it. I'm as a coach. And that's when I coach. Because at first I only did 1700. And then 3 years ago I did 15U for the first time. And I just took my 15. I did 15U, 16U, 17U. And I just coached my 15U team. So for the last 3 years I coached my 1500 team. And that's how I got into coaching. And, I love it. It got its ups and downs, with the kids, and the parents, that part of it is ups and downs. But, the biggest thing is seeing the kids go to college and, just some of them kids experiencing AAU. Some people that play my 15U probably never play AAU again afterwards, just because it's ninth grade basketball, kind of everybody get a chance. But the next year, you got to be better. So, a lot of people, even, that I coached 2 years ago, I see their parents, they super grateful for the experience their child had. So I think that was one of the keys to me getting back to it, really helping them kids out and enjoy the experience. And then, in the midst of, all of it, I hit Roman coach up, like, yo, I want Brad to come to Roman. He was like, what? Like, you want your son to come play for me? Like, yeah, I want him to come for you. You got the perfect blueprint. You ain't gonna take no shit. You're gonna make sure he show up every day. You're gonna help prepare him for college. Y'all probably know too much about Philly basketball. Kids that go to Roman and graduate from Roman throughout our city, the percentage of us playing in college is very high compared to all others. All our kids go to college from Roman and they play on their teams right away. Our coach, he got a good plan where he prepares them for the next level. So through the midst of all that, I was just like, yo, Brad, come to Roman. I'm not thinking about coaching at Roman. Brad, come to Roman. He gonna play for you. Cool. I'm like, yeah, I'll be around. I'll come to the workouts and stuff. So I show up to the practices. And he's watching. He was like, why don't you help out today? Why don't you volunteer? He eased me in. And then next thing you know, I'm like coaching with him. I'm coaching. He was like, yo, why don't you just coach this year with us and see how it go? All right, cool, coaching. But in the back of his mind, he already knew he was stepping away.
This is your head coach? He was your head coach?
No, he's my assistant coach.
Okay.
He's my assistant coach when I was there. But this is this past season. So I think he already knew he was stepping away, but he just was trying to see it's going in the right hands. Our alumni don't play about this job. It's serious. The school been open so many years. There's only been 17 coaches. You know what I mean? Because, they got to make sure that the right person, taking over. So early in the season, he just was like, yo, I'm stepping away. This could be yours if you want it. I'm like, what, man? You ain't going nowhere. He's like, no, I'm serious. I'm stepping away. So as the season prolonged, he mentioned it to me again. Seriously, something with my business is going on. It's an opportunity for me I can't turn down. This could be yours if you want it. Just let me know. But he, through the midst of it, he's showing me the ropes, cutting up film with him, scouting. This how we scout, going to games. This how we watch certain players. And so, I'm going through all that with him, as a coach. Some days he let me run the defense end of practice. And, we get to practice. He all right, we got this. Brad, you run it down there. So he threw me in a fire on stuff. Brad, run that drill down there. I'm be so, he just was, slowly prepping me. And then we go to Miami. We in Miami for our tournament. We win a chip. Right after the chip, he let's go. You winning one next year. I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, next year, you just going to be you going to win it. So I'm like, yo, he just throwing smoke in the air. But then, I'm starting to be like, no, he dead serious. And then we go through the season and stuff like that. He just, once again, he yo, listen, I'm not putting no pressure on you. Do you want it? I'm like, no, coach, I do it. At this point, I'm like, yo, I want to do this. I'm really getting that passion for it. I want to do it. He's like, all right, I'm gonna put my word on the line. I'm gonna put my name on the line for you and let them know. I'm vouching for you. You still gotta go through that process. I'm like, all right, cool. And then we start getting closer to the playoffs and stuff like that, preparing. He just was like, I can't believe this it. But he never really wanted to talk about it too much because he didn't want to get too emotional. He was stepping away. And so he just, through that whole process, he just was gearing me up for it. Whether he was prepping me off the court, prepping me with certain stuff, teaching me how to talk to the parents, what goes on behind the scenes, stuff like that. So he prepped me all season for it. And then when opportunity came, I just was like, yeah, I got it, bro. I'm going to do it.
And wow. That's awesome. You guys are coming off a state championship run where you guys fell short in the state championship. What's the year looking like for next year? What are you guys expecting? Is it championship or bust? That's what the media is saying, I think, in local Philly newspapers.
I mean, if they say championship or bust, hey, championship or bust. You know what I mean? I'm a guy that, you know what I mean, I ain't going to step into it and, you know, aim to fall short of a championship. So, you know what I mean? We're going for a chip. You know what I mean? Year 1, year 20. We're going to a chip. You know what I mean? I believe in the team we got. I mean, we got the talent. You know what I mean? We got good character kids. We got kids that work hard. You know what I mean? I picked them through conditioning yesterday. We did a lift, and then we had conditioning afterwards. I made them run a ladder, the 1 and 3. We had to climb the ladder to 11. And we climbed. I mean, and they went through it. Like, I'm expecting kids that quit. You know what I mean? How we did at Pitt, niggas was throwing up and stuff. I'm expecting that. They went through it, bro. They finished it. So I'm like, yo, I was proud of them. I'm like, all right, cool. And I made them like shoot a couple free throws at practice and like, go home. And then today at the press conference, I seen a couple of parents. They were like, yo, I don't know what you did. He was sleeping on the couch. He didn't make it upstairs. Yeah. And, I mean, so it was a good workout. And they just was like, yo, you killed it yesterday, coach. So, I mean, we're back at it tomorrow. But, yeah, man, just trying to bring everything I learned, everything that I've been through and installing in them. You know what I mean? Hopefully it helps them be successful in their main career.
You, I know B's coaching
Mm-hmm.
at the college level. Do you talk with him about the way he see the game from the coaching side, and like, do y'all pick each other brain, or you learn from him?
No, yeah.
He's doing a great job. He's doing a great job at his school.
Yeah. No, he's doing a really good job. You know what I mean? His first year as head coach out there, he fell 1 game short of 20 wins in his first year. I mean, which is crazy. It's remarkable. And, you know, we never, use excuses. You know, his starting point guard was down after the season. And then his backup point guard got injured. So, you know, he's playing a third string point guard. You know what I mean? When you're in college, it don't matter. You know, next man up. But, I mean, I felt like if he had those 2 players a little bit more, he'd get them 20 wins. Nah, yeah, we talk a lot. I mean, I call him after my practice. So he'd call me like, yo, how are things going? I mean, pick each other brain, you know, certain things, like what we think about play. He got a little joint he shared with me, like plays and workouts and stuff like that. He always sharing stuff with me. I mean, I don't always go through it. It'd be hundreds of things. I'm like, dang, bro, you flood my phone. You're going to make my storage full. But, I mean, it's such a cool thing to do. Like, you know what I mean? We both in the same, you know, space where we could, you know, piggyback and off each other. And, you know, like I know he got my back, you know, in my first year as, you know, leading Roman and him being the head coach. He gonna tune in and watch games when he can, but you know, I call him anytime and you know, yo, bro, what you think about this? How you think I'm handling this? Certain things like that. I mean, even like the AAU coaching, like he came around this summer and he was watching me coach AAU and stuff like that, and he was super impressed. And he also gave me tools. He was sitting on the bench, like is good because it's, you know, come from a good place. I know he ain't just out there saying anything. I mean, it come from a good place, and obviously it's my twin brother, but. No, yeah, we definitely, you know, help each other a lot, you know, and I watch his games and, you know, I'm telling him things maybe he could do and stuff like that, you know, for the most part, is we piggyback off each other.
When I came to the game in DC, I was watching your coaching style. You were laid back, chill.
Yeah.
Is that the way, that's you, obviously, that's Brad in a nutshell, but that's going to be your coaching style? Or?
I mean, that's not me in practice though. In practice, I'm different, but I just feel like it's one of those things, you know, especially in high school with the younger kids, your players feed off your energy. I mean, when it's the highs and lows, if I'm out there acting crazy, I feel like they're going to feed off that. They're going to act crazy. So it's one of those things. I try to stay even keel, even though sometimes I be ready to spaz. But when you see me in DC, I ain't gonna lie, I was a little nervous, bro. You know, I got thrown right in the fire.
And I know.
Yeah.
I can
and
tell
DC
you.
Live ain't no joke. You know, DC Live ain't no joke, bro. We was playing all the top teams. And I was a little nervous because I still was in the midst of learning a player. So I didn't want to, like, overstep, which I shouldn't have cared about. But I didn't want to overstep. And I also wanted us to still look good because I didn't know the players well enough, their personality to, you know, cut somebody out. And I didn't know how they would react to it, you know, because, you know, at the time we working out when Chris is running their workouts, he running their practices, and they come to the games, I'm just coaching. So it was a situation where I didn't know how they would respond to me if I acted a certain way. So I really was just like, let me stay this way and not overdo it because then, you know, it's all these coaches here watching them. And the worst thing to do is me to kill a kid confidence. And now they can't perform in front of a coach. So that's really why I was like that. Obviously, this year it'll be a little different, you know, because it's really my shit. You know what I mean? And I've been through that fire with them right now. So it's going to be the same voice they hear. So They know how I am. They'll tell you like if they BSing, I'm on them. But I mean, as long as you're doing your thing, I ain't got too much to say.
How was it coaching your son?
Oh, man, I love it, and I hate it. It's crazy. The hate part is not really hate, but it's just one of those things like when you know your child. So like, I know when he bullshit. I know when he not really into it, and it's like I try to avoid that, and because it could come a situation where you think I'm picking on him, and that could fuck up, maybe his practice or how he perform it. You know what I mean? So it's a tough family dynamic because we could be at practice and I'm gonna treat you like I treat everybody else. If not, you might get it, worse than the other players just because you're my son. And we went through a little stretch where, I say something to him and he just talking back the whole time. But in my mind, I'm like, bro, I gotta be coach. You know what I mean? Like, it can't be dad. So that part be cooking me. Like, especially AAU, because he's our best player on our 15U team. Yeah. So he doing his thing, but I've still got to be like, yo, play some, like, yo, get back, yo. What, yo? Like, what you talking about? Like, I got to eat that. Like, bro, I'm coach, not dad. I mean, I want to still on him. I can't because I'm coach. You know what I mean? So, like, we had one bad incident when he recently, like, towards the end of our season, and I went at him, and he, like, just his mouth, and he ain't shut up, man, get out the game. I mean, I'll tell him on the bench. He on the bench, he's still going off. I really wanted to just go down there and punch on him. Like, look that up. But I couldn't because it was bigger than me and him because it's a whole program. Mm-hmm. I mean, watching our games, his media be at our games. So, like, me doing that is like, dang, what is Brad Wanamaker elite team really about? Is it about him and his son, or is it about all the other 30 kids in the program? So it's like, is that part of it that's tough, coaching him, where it's like, I got to make sure I'm coach. And we had a little rough patch, and we talked through everything, and I just let him know how I felt about it. He let me know how I felt about it, which I thought it was pretty cool. We needed it because I really wasn't messing with him for a little bit. And I never wanted to come to that point where, like, basketball is determining me and my son's relationship. I mean, you've seen it so many times where a dad coaching his son mess up their relationship off the court. So I never wanted to be like that. It was to a point where I made him go stay at my parents' house for a couple of days. Like, yo, bro,
I was about to ask, so y'all walking on eggshells in the house?
No, we good. We good now. Good now.
No, I know y'all good now, but at that point, were y'all not talking in the house?
Bro, yeah. Like, now I'm picking on him. I come in the house at the work. Dog, why the kitchen? Yo, why you sneak right here? I'm picking on him now. Like, yo, clean up. What you doing? He like looking at me like, bro, you never act like this. Like, so I'm like, yo, you got to stay at my parents for a couple of days, bro. Like,
earn your keep.
Like, yeah. So, but no, we good now. It's fun because I get to see that development up close. Like, he's coming into a player. I mean, he's really coming into his player, and he's doing it his own because through all that, I'm like, yo, you got to get to your own workouts. I mean, I pay for your Uber, I pay for your workout product. You gotta go do that. Like, I'm not gonna keep taking you everywhere. I want to see if you really want it. So he said, no, yo, dad, workouts here, blah, blah, blah. Cool. All right, dad, the Uber. Like, boom, I need the Uber here. Catch the bus here. It costs this much to work out. So he went through that process of doing that by himself. And it really showed me, like, all right, you want it. You ain't doing it just because I'm taking you everywhere. So, I mean, it worked in our favor that way, too.
That's good. You said you have 4 guys transfer in this year, right?
Yeah.
How was it recruiting high school with bringing guys from other schools, going to go watch 8th graders? Do you enjoy that? And is it tough talking to parents? And, like, how was that? How was the recruitment part?
I mean, I wouldn't even say it's really recruiting in a sense because in high school, you got kids that want to be at your school. So, I mean, not to be cocky, like, our school speaks for itself. So it's like kids come to Roman on the strength of they know, like, the education there, the structure there, and you got a chance to be successful. And, all our guys do well in college. So that blueprint is there, but that was with the other coaches. So now I got to prove myself. You know what I mean? So that's another part of me that's motivated. I actually got 2 young kids that want to come to Roman who I'm going to watch tomorrow night. They got a game tomorrow night. I'm going out to watch them.
The 8th graders?
Yeah, they 8th graders now. They tough. Like, they good. But they want to come to Roman. Like, so it's like the other schools on their ass, though. But it's like one of the things I got to show my face. Like, I got to show their face. So I got their parents' numbers. Their parents say, yo, we want to come there. It's one of the things, like, they could say they want to come here all they want. If I'm not doing my part, they're going to go somewhere else. I got the 4 transfers coming in. They wanted to come to Roman before I was coach.
Okay.
They was interested. I would say 2 of them was. And then once I became coach, in the midst of me becoming coach, I had to have that conversation. So last head coach reached out, yo, Brad going to be head coach. Ain't come out yet. Brad going to be the coach. I mean, if you still want your child to come, you could talk to him. 2 of them, I had a relationship with their family for years. I mean, in the midst of it, they were still like on board with it. They were still, that obviously they had some questions for me. They were still on board for it. I mean, one of the parents' dad used to come watch all the summer workouts to make sure he's making the right decision, stuff like that. I mean, people want to question it too. My first head coaching job, outside of AAU, right? I mean, so it's a big thing. So, but right now we're in a good space with everything. Obviously people speaking highly of me right now, the way our workouts have been going. And, people have been reaching out that's interested. Some kids that's going to be sophomores and juniors actually hit me up like, yo, after the season, we want to come over. So, like, it's crazy. Like college, everything goes down. Like the college people doing all that transferring. It's a thing in high school now. Like, it's crazy.
The name of our podcast is Name, Image, and Legends, and there's no more epitome of what a legend is than you, Brad. Thanks for joining us, sharing the exclusive stories, putting to bed all the rumors, all the lies, and really opening up and telling us your journey, a story of grit, perseverance, believing in yourself, and just always reaching for the top, ultimate competitor. And now you get to give back to the future. You're an example of, if everybody's a coach, if everybody's a parent, everybody wants a Brad Wanamaker, on their team and to be mentoring their kids. So thanks for sharing your wisdom and talking with us, talking about all the old stories. You were one of my favorite teammates when I played at Pitt, class of 07. I'll always remember you. But thank you. Thanks for joining.
Y'all don't know. Nick hit me up, bro, scouting on the Philly team. I almost didn't give him the scout, but I'm like, you my dog. I had to give him the scout.
I didn't put you out. They asked me where I got it from.
Yeah, he hit me up. Like, yo, what's the scout on this team? I gave Nick some info.
Got us a state chip. Got us a state championship. Yep.
I'm like, I can't go with State Grain, but you my dog.
Yeah. Gotcha. We won't say. But thanks again.
I appreciate it, bro, man. Love y'all dogs, bro.
Thanks for pulling up, brother.
Appreciate you being our first interview, man. This is great.
If you guys like what you heard today, with a legend like Brad Wanamaker coming on, gracing us with his presence, be sure you guys like and subscribe. We got more coming at you for the Name, Image, and Legends podcast. Peace.
Peace.